Bite News.
Good afternoon. Brussels says it's increasingly likely the UK will leave the EU without a deal on the 12th of April. That's the departure date if the Commons doesn't endorse Theresa May's agreement this week. MPs could at a later date back a move to hold votes in Parliament on several different options. Labour's Hilary Benn, who chairs the Commons Brexit Committee, says this would check if any one proposal could get a majority behind it.
We really owe it to the public and to Parliament and to the country to try. I don't know what the outcome will be, but let's give it a go this week. But the absolute number one priority is to prevent a no-deal Brexit.
A 31-year-old man has admitted to assaulting Jeremy Corbyn by hitting him with an egg. The Labour leader was visiting a mosque in his North London constituency when it happened earlier this month. The court was told the man was heard yelling, "Respect the vote," during the attack. The Prince of Wales and Duchess of Cornwall have made history by becoming the first members of the royal family to visit Cuba in an official capacity. Prince Charles and Camilla's trip is being seen as an attempt to help form closer ties between the UK and the communist state. The couple attended a wreath-laying ceremony for Cuba's national hero, the essayist and poet José Martí. The Walker brothers' Scott Walker has died at the age of 76. He's credited with being one of music's most influential singer-songwriters. In the 1960s, he had hits including The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore and Make It Easy on Yourself. Mark Almond's described as Walker as a musical genius. The jury in the trial of Hillsborough's match commander David Duckenfield has retired to consider its verdict. Kate Chillot reports.
The 70-year-old denies the gross negligence manslaughter of 95 Liverpool fans who died in the disaster at the FA Cup semi-final in April 1989. He's been on trial for 10 weeks at Preston Crown Court, along with the former Sheffield Wednesday club secretary Graham Mackerel, who denies a health and safety charge.
Weather.
It will be dry this afternoon with sunny spells with some cloud. I'm Minnie Buller, that's the latest.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
Good afternoon, it has just gone at 12 o'clock and welcome to Bite. My name is Joe Pilbrow.
And I'm Kaylee Golden. Thank you so much to Minnie and Billy for the past 3 hours, and you'll join us for the next 3 for Dessert Week.
Yes, and even better, we are broadcasting live for the whole show from Bite's very own kitchen. You're very welcome. For whatever reason, Kaylee and I have been trusted to bake, decorate and handle sharp implements live on the radio. Don't know why.
Dangerous and scary at the same time. And we're not just on the radio either, we're also streaming the whole thing from our Bite Radio Kitchen. You can check it out on our website or on our Facebook page and YouTube channel as well, so go and check it out.
Yes, lots of great guests are coming in to the show to show us how it's done, including later on we're going to be heading live head-to-head in the decoration of cakes. So we're going to need your tips for any baking dilemmas, please, throughout the show.
Yeah, I really struggle to make a brownie.
Why? Isn't brownie supposed to be easiest?
Yeah, I know, but I'm a mess. We're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later on.
Should be a mess between now and 3. So get in touch with them, tweet at Bite Radio LDN.
Yes, and we'll also be playing some great songs for you on Monday afternoon as well. We've got the Archies coming up right now. This is Ariana Grande.
You got me some type of way. Ain't used to feel it this way. I do not know what to say. Yeah. But I know I shouldn't think about it. So one look at your face. Now I wanna know how you taste. Usually don't give it away, yeah. But you know I'm already thinking about it. Then I realize she's right there, and I'm at home like, damn, this ain't fair. Wake up with your girlfriend, yeah, 'cause I'm bored. You can hit it in the morning, yeah, like it's yours. I know it ain't right, but I don't care. Wake up with your girlfriend, yeah, 'cause I'm bored. This always happened to me. Why can't we just play for keeps? Practically on my knees, yeah. But I know I shouldn't think about it. You know what you're doing to me. You're singing my songs in the streets, yeah. Acting all innocent, please. When I know you are thinking about it. Then you realize she's right there, and you're at home like, damn, she can't yeah. Wake up with your girlfriend. Yeah, yeah, 'cause I'm bored. You can hit it in the morning. Yeah, yeah, like it's yours. I know it ain't right, but I don't care. Wake up with your girlfriend. Yeah, yeah, 'cause I'm bored. Girlfriend, baby, with your girlfriend. With your girlfriend.
You from the album Thank You Next. That's Ariana Grande on Bite.
Now don't forget that we're asking you for all of your baking dilemmas. Get involved on Twitter at Bite Radio LDN, because luckily for you, you join us for Dessert Week.
Yes, we are very soon going to be learning how to make a quick and easy dessert with 2018 Great British Bake Off contestant Dan Beasley-Harling.
I definitely think, Joe, this is going to be our favourite theme so far.
Agreed,
Yep.
agreed, yeah.
So we're going to find out why we all love desserts so much. We'll be talking to artisan, chocolatier and creator of Happy Endings, Terry Masika, very soon.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
But first, we sent our reporter Billy Hambidge on a dessert discovery to speak to some of our listeners and to find out what their favourite desserts are, as well as more on the history of puddings.
And my favourite dessert is a millionaire shortbread. This is because I love chocolate, I love caramel, I love biscuit, so it's the perfect combination.
My favourite dessert is tiramisu because I love coffee.
My favourite dessert is key lime pie. I just love those zingy limes.
And my favourite dessert is warm chocolate brownie with ice cream, as I love chocolate.
My favourite dessert is rhubarb crumble because I like the mix of the tart rhubarb and the sweet crumble.
The English word dessert comes from the French word desservir, which means to clear the table. Desserts have been dated back to the 15th century and were originally only for the rich, who served preserved fruits after a dinner party. Dessert is usually the last course served and consists of a large variety of sweet and sugar-based products. The word dessert can be applied to so many other confections such as sweets, biscuits, cakes and ice creams, just to name a few. Today, desserts have become a huge generational experiment, with food trends such as bubble waffles, freak shakes and croissant/donut hybrids becoming increasingly popular in the UK. Desserts are also a traditional part of celebrating special occasions such as weddings, birthdays, christenings, meaning that the cake industry is making £40 billion a year. Shows such as the Great British Bake Off are not only making baking part of popular culture, but also making home baking become a huge phenomenon. Dessert is the most experimental course, with flavours such as wasabi ice cream, deep fried Mars bars to red bean cakes, and it takes its inspiration from flavours from all across the globe. Each country around the world has their own special desserts that their country is known for. The tart pastéis de Nantes is the custard tart from Portugal and is their most popular dessert. Another example of world dessert is tiramisu, a coffee liqueur cake layered with mascarpone, which is very popular worldwide but originates from Italy.
A little taster of some of the most delicious desserts around, and we want to find out why we actually love these desserts so much. So we have dessert chef Terry Masika on the line.
Hi Terry, thank you for coming on the show today. I'll start with what you think the most popular dessert that you create right now is, please.
Oh, that's a really good question. I would say it's our multi-ice cream sandwich.
Oh wow, that already sounds incredible. Can you give us a little taster of what's involved in that?
Yeah, so we wanted to create something that was like really, I'm Australian, as you can probably tell from my voice, but we wanted to create something that was really British, and so we created an ice cream sandwich that was based around Horlicks. Oh, Happy Endings.
Sandwich place?
Yeah, that's right.
And where did your love of desserts come from? Tell us a little bit about Happy Endings.
Oh, so Happy Endings is, I guess, a bit of a labour of love and my little business that I run in East London. And so we make ice cream sandwiches. My passion is desserts. So I wanted to bring a little bit of Australian nostalgia to the UK.
And is it mainly the ice cream sandwiches? Is there other stuff that you make as well?
Yeah, we make our own artisan soft serve ice cream, so we make those two things alone. I used to make lots of other different desserts before, but we've just been focusing on these two things for the last year or so.
Well, I'm actually dying to know, do you get much business around winter? Because I really love a bit of ice cream in the winter and everyone looks at me like I'm mad. So do people still come to you in winter for ice cream?
No, I'm 100% with you. So I did a little bit of research when I was researching for my business plan, and I found that England has one of the highest rates of eating ice cream all year round. And even in Australia, like, I don't remember really eating ice cream when I was in the middle of winter because you just had a longer summer. So I think you just have to make up for it and go for it, because it's quite nice eating ice cream on a cold day.
Yeah, I think we all truck on through the cold, and even we'll torture ourselves with the coldness of the ice cream as well. I mean, if you were to name, have many people tried the ice cream sandwich before they come to you for the first time?
What, the ice cream sandwich itself? I guess some people don't know what it is. I get asked a few questions, like initially when we started, it was like, what, you mean like ice cream in between a piece of bread? But as we explain it more and more, like, I think it's becoming more popular now, and you can see it on loads of menus around London and across the UK, and we get like loads of requests all the time now. As before, when we first started, we had a few restaurants, and now we're sort of working with about 20 different restaurants.
Wow. And am I right in saying that you do a lot of workshops and teaching people how to make this sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll start running some workshops over summer, and also I like chocolate work, so I make a bit of chocolate stuff and try to get people to learn, you know, new chocolate skills and new dessert skills. Because I think people are really into making desserts, as you can see from Bake Off. I mean, it seems to be like in Tesco's around the corner, there's like an amazing baking section, so it's quite impressive.
Yeah, everyone loves to do a little bit of baking. So you mentioned that you do a few chocolate desserts. What do you have? Because I love a bit of chocolate dessert.
So I used to make a dessert for Harrods, which was like called a chocolate a million ways, and it was basically a chocolate mousse with loads of different textures of chocolate. So it was like chocolate crème, which is like a really thick chocolate cream, and then chocolate salted crumbs, little sticks of chocolate with cocoa nibs. So it was kind of like, we use this really nice chocolate called Original Beans, and they're the most ethical chocolate company that I know of. And basically, I wanted to highlight how good their work is by making something that just sort of showcased what an awesome product they make. So it was really nice. And we might make an ice cream sandwich version of that one.
Oh,
that's what we're thinking.
Yeah, I think you should. But I must ask, is it hard to make chocolate desserts without it being too sickly? Like, how do you get around that?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it depends on the quality of the food that you use. So we use really like high quality ingredients. So I think sometimes when you think about chocolate, like, I guess if, you know, not to slag anyone off, but if you like use Cadbury chocolate in your cooking, it's going to be super sweet because the first ingredient is chocolate. The first ingredient is sugar. And so for the chocolate that we use, like, it's mostly really high quality cocoa. So you're getting like fruity notes, nutty notes, like all these different styles of chocolate. So 70%, 60%. And our favorite, like my favorite one, is this 55% chocolate, which is like a milk chocolate, but it's like got the elements of dark chocolate that you love, but then the caramelly notes. So I think you just have to research and balance how you make the recipe up.
I'm already so hungry. And in these workshops, how quickly are people picking up how to cook? Are these people cooking for the first time? Are they experienced? Are you teaching them the basics, or is it more complicated in the ice cream sandwich department?
I think the classes that I've done recently have been based around chocolate, and I think you've got like a varying sort of degree and what people's skill level is. I think a lot of people can cook fairly well, and if you can't, then we'll teach you how to do it. Like, we're quite patient, and I want people to, like, you know, be looked after and make sure they go away feeling like they learned something and that they have something to share with their family or their friends, and that we give them stuff to take away. So if we did, in Christmas time, we did like chocolate bauble making workshop where we got everyone to come and decorate their own mold, and then they made the chocolates, took them home and gave them to their friends and family for Christmas, which I think is like a really nice idea.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. And obviously you doing the workshops. In your opinion, do you feel like it's harder to make desserts than what it is an average main meal?
I think they're just really different skills. So I started out as a chef, and so basically, like I guess the skill set is different. So I feel like desserts like are a little bit more precise. So you want to like make sure you weigh everything properly, make sure you got the right ingredients, you know, follow the recipe and like to a T. But whereas mains cooking, I feel like with some things you need to do that, but you have a little bit more freestyle.
Very nice.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's definitely a different set of skills, and one that I feel like I know less about than the other ones if I was to try and make something. Well, thank you so much, Terry, for coming on today. Very good advice. You can go and find out more about Terry's delicious desserts and head over to our Facebook or Twitter to find out some more info about all of those workshops.
Yeah, definitely go and check it out. This is London's food radio station. It's Bite with Kaylee and Joe playing Arches and Sugar Sugar. It's 12:15.
Sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you, honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you. I just can't believe it's true. I just can't believe the wonder of this feeling too. I just can't believe it's true. Ah, sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Oh, honey. Oh, sugar, sugar. You are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. When I kissed you, girl, I knew how sweet a kiss could be. I know how sweet a kiss can be. Like the summer sunshine, pour your sweetness over me. Pour your sweetness over me. Oh, sugar, sugar on it, honey. Pour your sugar on it, baby. That's so sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pour your sugar on it. Oh, yeah. Pour your sugar on it, honey. Pour your sugar on it, baby.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
That's the Archies and Sugar Sugar playing on Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe live till 3, and that is very fitting as you join us for Dessert Week.
Yeah, such a great track. Now, we've been asking you for all of your dilemmas in the kitchen when it comes to baking. Loads of you guys getting involved on Twitter. A big shout out to Hambage123 who said, what is the best thing to grease a pan or cake tin with? Good question.
I would go with butter, but I'm not an expert. Okay. Minnie says, what can you replace baking powder with? I don't know. And finally, Will says, what is the quickest dessert that can be made?
Yeah, so just after 2, we've got a special baker coming in and he will give us all the answers to your questions. So make sure you keep getting involved.
And we are broadcasting not only live on the radio, but streaming the whole show from Bite's very own kitchen. If you want to have a look, go to the website, biteradio.london.
Yes, and keep your tweets coming in at Bite Radio LDN for your favourite desserts. And we're very shortly going to be making waffles for lunch in our lovely kitchen. Also music on the way from Christina Aguilera. Keep it Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe live until 3 p.m.
This is Bite.
Wow, Tom, what is that?
It's the cheese and onion sub from Subway Savers menu.
What's in it?
Well, Pam, it's Monterey Jack cheese mixed with red onions, green peppers and a little mayonnaise. I added lettuce, cucumber and tomato to enhance my sub, and it's on my favourite bread, the hearty Italian.
Beats my homemade cheese sandwich. Can I have a bite?
Get your own sub.
Subway's Sub Saver menu starts from $2.59 and subject to availability.
Your Easter deserves M&S. Whether you're after elegantly marbled Easter eggs, spiced sticky glazed fruit buns, or succulent tender meat, M&S has hatched its best ever Easter collection. A great range of high quality, innovative products at great value. There's only one place to come, M&S. Visit our website for more information.
Are there times when you feel like you live in a dull, grey box? Well, break out of the crypt and come visit Casbah Records to brighten your life with new music. Find something to reflect your tastes. Don't know what your taste is? No problem. We do all styles, from rock to funk to film soundtracks. Visit our Greenwich store from 10:30 to 6 p.m. or visit casbahrecords.co.uk for more.
Oh no, my tyre just burst. What am I going to do now? Think, come on, think. Who can you call? Mum? No. Dad? Maybe. No. You can do this yourself. Just think. I know. I'll ask Vaz. Hey Vaz, can you recommend a tyre company?
Yes, how about Tire Serve, your friendly 24-hour mobile tire service? Do you want me to call them now?
Yes.
Calling Tire Serve now. The number is 01708208860. Have a problem with your tire? Call Tire Serve now on 01708208860.
Want somewhere to relax and unwind when enjoying a dark rye bread cinnamon bun? Well, come down to Nordic Bakery, located at Golden Square near Piccadilly Circus. The Nordic Bakery is a great place for a peaceful meeting and to enjoy simple and savoury Nordic bakery products. All their products are based on genuine Nordic recipes and ingredients. Nordic Bakery is open Monday to Friday 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the weekend. For more information about the Nordic Bakery, visit our website at nordicbakery.com.
Where cooking comes to you. This is Bite.
Just gone 23 minutes past 12 on your Monday afternoon, and welcome if you've just tuned in to our first show of Dessert Week on Bite.
Yes, it's Kaylee and Joe here until 3 for lunch on Bite, and right now you join us in the kitchen as we attempt to make waffles. I'm so excited.
Yes, if you want to watch us do it, then you can just head over to the Bite Radio website to see our lovely faces in our lovely, definitely real kitchen.
Now, we're not very experienced in this,
No.
so we're joined by someone who actually knows what they're doing.
I do.
Food correspondent Bethany is here.
Yes, I'm back.
So tell us about all of the stuff that we've got on the table in front of us, Bethany.
Right, so I've got you a lovely selection of things ready to make you some nice waffles. I picked the best selection of ingredients, especially after last week with the fish. I felt bad.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got some yummy stuff going on here. Okay, so I'm gonna
Talk us
get
through it.
started.
So what do we start with first?
So you're going to start with, we're going to get all of the dry ingredients, put it in the bowl.
Yeah.
So this is the flour.
Okay, so which flour is it? Is it self-raising flour, plain flour?
It is self-raising flour, yes. So you just put it in there.
Okay, so just throw it straight
All
in,
in.
Joe. Yep,
I'm
into
going
the
in.
mixing
Right,
bowl.
okay, we're putting it in
Both.
the
You want
bowl.
both of them, yeah?
I'm looking forward to stirring, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah. So they're all in the bowl at the moment.
Yep.
Okay.
And then use some baking powder.
Baking powder.
So does it matter how much amounts? Have you measured all this out beforehand?
Yes, it has been measured out perfectly, and put the sugar in as
Okay,
well.
perfect.
Lovely.
So you wouldn't really recommend just throwing it all in? 'Cause
No.
when I'm cooking stuff, I seem to just estimate and just throw it all in.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well. No, you need to
Okay.
make sure you have the exact amount, or it could taste very.
And are you doing
it's
this in
not good.
cups?
Yes.
Cups
Yes, it
measurements?
is cups, all different types. So if you give it a little mix,
Oh yes, this is my
mix it
favourite
all
bit.
together,
Okay, mix in.
and then I need you to leave like a little well in the middle.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay. So Joe's currently just
really-
making a well right in the middle of the bowl. He's making a little bit of a mess at the moment.
Doesn't want to stay there, if
I'm not
I'm
going to
honest.
lie.
Is that enough
so
of
you
a
need
well?
to push it up.
Yeah, go on. I
Okay,
like that.
Why have I just made a well, Bethany?
That is just so that you can make sure you get all of the wet ingredients right in the middle there, and then it's easier to comb through.
Okay. And the wet ingredients are?
We're going to use some eggs.
Yes.
So who's going to crack the eggs?
Oh, okay. I
Do you
think
wanna
I
risk-
will.
Should we do one each?
Yeah, we'll
So
do
go
one
on.
each.
Go on then.
Now, a lot of people crack eggs in different ways. I seem to just do it off the
no.
table and throw it in.
Off the
the
table.
table? I wanna see
Like
that.
the kitchen counter,
Please.
just bang it off the table and pull it in. But then sometimes I do get some of the shells in.
Yeah. Do you know the best
So-
way to get the shell out?
No.
You have to use the eggs. So if you,
What?
okay, I'm going to do this.
Bethany's
Okay.
going to demonstrate for
Yeah,
us.
she's cracking it off the off the bowl, yep,
Okay.
and straight in.
Oh, lovely positioning in the well.
Right, yeah, and there's
Thank you.
absolutely no shells in there. You've done
But
very
yeah,
well.
if you do get shell in there, literally just use the egg.
Okay,
What,
how
to sort
do
of
you
scoop
use
it
the
out
egg?
with the shell?
Yeah, literally, and it's like, oh gosh, it's like a magnet.
You dropped the whole shell in there.
Well, add a nice bit of crunch in. So yeah, it literally is almost like a magnet.
Can I mix now?
Yeah,
Right, that's a great tip there. Right, so now Joe is just mixing all the eggs in. At the moment, you're not doing a very good job.
So we're going to put the milky butter in as well.
Okay, so now we're putting milky butter in. So you just melt that in the microwave, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you measure out the butter?
So it's literally just in grams, then you just melt it.
Oh,
How much would you recommend getting on the table? Because I've got a small percentage of it on the table.
Do you know what? I feel like that's just part of baking. That works.
Is this wet enough for you? Is it sort of a very crumbly texture?
Yeah. That would be fine.
I don't know why. I've always thought that it'd be a bit more. Do you know, like when you make cakes and it's a bit more watery?
Yeah.
So with waffles, is it a bit more of a harder sort of texture?
It is slightly watery.
Yeah.
It's meant to be slightly watery. There is some milk that we're meant to have.
Yes.
That's meant to go in, but we haven't got any of that, unfortunately.
Okay, but sometimes you have to make do, because you know what? Sometimes, especially on a Sunday, and all the shops are closed, and you just have it in your head, and you're like, oh, I want to make some pancakes, I want to make some waffles, and you haven't got the ingredients. I always seem to run out of eggs, so I try to make pancakes without eggs.
Yeah. Can you buy? As I know, you can buy pancake mix. Can you get waffle mix? Is that a different
Yeah, I'm pretty
thing?
sure you can.
Oh, okay. What would be the difference in making it yourself rather than just buying the standard?
I mean, I feel like it tastes nicer. You've got more love into it. You can make it more personalised. So you can add like other bits in. If you've got any home recipes.
Very nice. We've got some milk coming in now.
Yeah, so you did put in some vanilla extract in. Just like a tablespoon of that. What will that do? Just make it a bit more
Yeah, that would just
vanilla-y?
literally make it taste a little bit nicer.
Okay, got you.
We got a bit of a porridginess to it now.
Yes, it looks a little bit like scrambled egg in milk.
Joe's
doing all the Joe's doing all the labour work.
Really painful now.
So I've got some fun facts for you.
Yeah.
Whilst to show you guys are doing this. So did you know waffles have been around since the 14th century?
Really?
Yeah, and Nike got inspired by waffles in their first pair of shoes.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didnn't know that until today.
How did they show that they were inspired by it though? Did they put waffles on the shoes?
I believe it's the bottom of the shoe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when you on the
okay,
tread,
so it's like the
yeah,
tread,
for the
right.
grip. That's really interesting. To be fair, I think lately waffles are becoming a lot more popular. Like we've seen a lot of dessert shops throughout London.
Yeah,
I
with
feel
bubble waffles.
Yeah,
They're very
bubble waffles,
popular.
and like so crepes and waffles are really very popular. So Joe's just finishing mixing it all in, and then I believe we're going to put it in the waffle maker.
Yes, it doesn't need to be like perfectly smooth, so there can be some lumps.
So is that okay like that?
Lumps in?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that would do, as long
I'm
as
done.
everything's
I'm done
mixed
with the
together.
Joe, how's your arm? Are you aching a little bit?
Yes, I wasn't going to mention it, but yes, it hurts. Okay.
Right, so the waffle maker, do you need to warm it up a little bit first, or just throw it straight in?
I believe that it has been warming up.
Yes,
for
I can
us.
feel that heat.
Yeah,
And you don't need to
perfect.
put oil or anything in.
You can do, because it will make it easier, but we're just going to go for it today because it is fresh. Just got some spray on it.
Okay.
Perfect.
How confident are you with the
lovely.
pouring, Kaylee?
Oh, okay. I will do it just
Pour
for the
with the
team.
spout.
Taking one for the team.
Oh yeah, with the spout, that bit there.
Okay.
They usually take about 2 to 3 minutes
Okay.
to cook, but definitely always check on them because it varies.
I can
per
see this.
machine.
Right, not too much. Not too much.
Okay,
Not too much.
I'm not doing too much.
Careful.
Oh, okay, right. So now I've done a massive blob right in the middle, which
it's all coming
which
out
isn't
now.
good. Right, okay, so now we're going to spread it all out.
Okay, I'm bringing
Right.
my spoon back in.
Yeah, so it's all being spreaded out by Bethany right now because
How perfect do you have to be
it.
with this?
To be honest, not really.
'Cause it's still going to make a nice waffle.
Yeah,
shape,
we'll still
isn't it?
make a
As long
nice
as you get the
waffle.
thickness right, you're okay.
Right,
should we
so now
close it and
it's
see what
closing
happens?
down, yeah.
Do you think we need a bit more? I think that'll be okay.
Shall we,
Try
right,
a bit
so
more?
I think we're going to leave it how it
Okay.
is because I'm a little bit nervous. Sometimes less is more.
Yes, that is true. We
I
don't want
get
it pouring
told
out
that
the
a little
side.
bit. So how long will this take?
So it takes about 2 to 3 minutes, but it depends. So we will have to check a few times to make sure it doesn't burn because we definitely don't want
That would
burnt
be really
waffles.
embarrassing if we
That
did
would
Okay,
be.
right. So it's leaking a little bit. Is that normal?
Yeah, that's normal. Yes, see, you were right. Less is more.
Yes.
So
So it would put more
The
on.
waffle maker doesn't want.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
wanna
It's
get
coming
rid of
out.
it.
Coming out for later.
Right, so it is falling onto the table in a second. It's absolutely fine. So this is really easy to do at home,
Yeah,
really, because you
quick
can
and
just
easy.
you can just have the waffle maker, put it out, and put it straight back into your cupboard.
Yeah, literally, it is perfect. You just give it a little clean. But yeah, also, just to let you guys know, you have Pancake Day.
Yeah.
There is religious kind of like things behind
Don't
that.
tell me there's waffle day.
There is a waffle day.
Yes.
August
Seriously?
24th is waffle
August
day.
24th.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're eating all the waffles.
Right, I'm
How's
getting a
that
little bit
waffle doing?
nervous.
Can
Can
we
we
have
check
a little
it?
Oh, that's.
We'll leave it for a bit longer.
Yeah, we'll leave it for a little bit longer.
But yeah. So I've also got some other fun facts for you.
Go
so
on.
the world record for the largest waffles, waffle was £110.
110.
£110.
Do you reckon one person ate that?
But you can't. How would you make that? Because you can't have a machine. It's a big lever arch door if you're doing that with a machine.
Yeah, it would be like a proper
massive
like
machine.
A little bit.
Does anybody actually celebrate Waffle Day, by the way?
Oh, I hope so.
I've never heard of it.
I think someone definitely do. I feel like we should check on the waffles a little bit.
Yeah, let's have a little check.
Hang on a second.
Oh,
it's becoming a bit more waffly
Yeah, it's
now.
becoming all together now.
Here we go.
So I think the slight issue that we're having, because people at home will try this, there's a little bit on the top and a little bit on the bottom. When that happens at home, for the lovely listeners that may be trying this, do you just pull it straight back down?
Yeah, you can just put it straight back down, and then it will come apart.
Okay,
it will come apart when you pull it out.
So would it have been more beneficial to put something non-stick on the thing?
Yes, yeah, I did mention that when we spoke about the oil.
Oh.
But this is like a non-stick one, so it should be okay.
Ah, right.
Okay, perfect.
Sorted.
And what sort of toppings do people usually have?
Okay, so that is the beauty of it. You can literally have anything. So like there's different shops in London there where you can like go in and pick whatever you want. So you can have like Maltesers, you can have M&Ms, you can have basically anything your heart desires. You can even have waffles that aren't sweet waffles. So it's like normal waffles.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, what, like potato?
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan of them. Not a fan.
Right, shall we check on it one more time?
It smells really good now. It smells really nice.
Yeah, it does smell good.
Oh yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Get a bit for Kaylee to try.
Oh, that is a nice colour.
Right, that is a really nice colour. So we want it to be kind of golden brown. Am I right? Yeah. So this looks really, really, really good. Right, shall we try some?
Go on.
A little bit of waffle.
And no one's allowed to eat the stuff out of the bowl, right?
No, that I don't think it would taste that
Okay,
nice.
right. So I'm trying it now. It's literally just breaking apart.
I'm going to try a bit.
That is really, really crunchy.
Right, we just made a waffle.
And it's got the nice square shapes. That's exactly what you want.
Is it good?
Yeah, this is actually really, really good. I feel like everyone needs to try this at home.
That's well nice. Look at that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bethany. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to just eat so much pancakes now.
We've got lunch sorted. Bethany's going to be back in a little bit with all the food news in the world of desserts. But first, this is Mabel, Don't Call Me Up on Bite.
When I'm underneath the bright lights, when I'm trying to have a good time, 'cause I'm good now, you ain't mine, nah, 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 nah. Don't call me up when you're looking at my photos, getting hot, losing control. You want me more, now I let go, nah, 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 nah. I'm over you and I don't need your lies no more, 'cause the truth is without you, boy, I'm stronger. And I know you said that I'd change up my cold heart, but if we're talking, let's go zoo. I'm over you. Don't call me up, I'm going out tonight, feeling good now you're out of my life. Don't wanna talk about us, gotta leave it behind. One drink and you're out of my mind, not to get out. Baby, I'm on the high and you're alone, going out of your mind. But I'm here up in the club, and I don't wanna talk, so don't call me up, 'cause I'm here looking fine, babe, and I got eyes looking my way, and everybody's on my vibe, babe, nah, 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 nah. Don't call me up, my friend said you were a bad man, I should've listened to them back then, and now you're trying to hit me up again, nah, 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 nah. I'm over you and I don't need your lies no more, 'cause the truth is without you, boy, I'm stronger. And I know you said that I'd change up my cold heart, but if we're talking, let's go zoo. I'm over you. Don't call me up, I'm going out tonight, feeling good now you're out of my life. Don't wanna talk about us, gotta leave it behind. One drink and you're out of my mind, not pick it up. Baby, I'm on the high and you're alone, going out of your mind. But I'm here up in the club, and I don't wanna talk, so don't call me up. More, Don't call me up, I'm going out tonight. Feeling good now you're out of my life. Don't wanna talk about us, try to leave it behind. One drink and you're out of my mind. Now I'm not to get up. Baby, I'm on the high and you're alone, going out of your mind. But I'm here up in the club, and I don't wanna talk, so don't call me up.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
Just gone 12:36. This is Bite with Kaylee and Joe, live till 3, delving into the delicious world of desserts.
Yes, and we've been asking you since the start of the show for some of your baking dilemmas. We're going to be answering them just after 2 o'clock, so make sure you stick around for that.
Yes, we've had a few questions in so far, so we'll throw them all to Dan in a very little bit. We are still trying our waffle. Still tastes pretty good. We've got some cream to add now. I'm going to go straight in with this. What topping would you normally have on a waffle or pancake?
See, I always go for syrup. Everyone calls me very boring because when they go to like restaurants and stuff, they go crazy with the Nutella and the chocolate, but it's a bit sickly. Like, I just like a little bit of cream and a bit of syrup.
Yeah,
so
I'm a Nutella and cream guy.
Oh, it gets a bit sickly though.
It does.
Do you know what I
I'm
mean?
going to try some of it with cream on.
Yes, excited for that. So Joey's just picking it up. You're going to try it. You're going to dunk it into. I've never had anyone dunk into cream ever.
Yeah, I don't have a fork.
Joe, you're crazy. How did that taste for you?
Way better with cream.
I'm going to dunk it in.
Way better with cream. That's really good.
Right, so we're eating. I feel like I do need some sauce, like some syrup.
What, ketchup or something?
No, not ketchup. Syrup, golden syrup.
Golden syrup would be good. I feel like that was almost too easy to make.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it to everyone at home.
I'm confused as to why we haven't done them. Anyway, keep the questions coming on the Twitter at BiteRadio_LDN, and we've got music on the way from Christina Aguilera on Bite.
Feast your ears. This is Bite.
It's finally here! Bring the kids, your in-laws, your neighbour and even their dog to join in the fun this Easter with M&S. With great offers like 2 for £2.50 on hot cross buns, Moonbeam the unicorn eggs for kids, and delicious garlic and rosemary stuffed lamb. It doesn't get any better than this. The perfect Easter, only at your M&S.
Mummy, this apple's really yummy. I know, darling. It's from Field to Fork. They sell the best fruit and veg around. They've even given me a free fruit bag, which I'll put in your lunchbox tomorrow. Field to Fork supplies affordable organic fruit and veg from small farmers to you. Buy from Field to Fork Organics Cooperative and get the freshest seasonal organic fruit and veg from the best small organic farmers we can find. Visit our website or call us on 020 8450 3030 and get a free fruit bag with your first order.
I'm sick and tired of using dating apps and getting nowhere.
Maybe I could be your wingman.
My wingman? How would you do that?
Easy. There's the Wingman app. It lets friends and family turn into matchmakers and allows singles to hand the reins over to those that know them best.
You really can be my goose.
The Wingman app is the easy way to let friends have a say on who their single friend should date. Singles can swipe right on profiles you like, or, if you're playing Wingman, make the introduction for your single friend instead. Download the free app in the Apple or Google Play Store now.
Come down to Colette's Pop-Up Restaurant. With fresh ingredients and seasonality, the menu at Colette's Pop-Up Restaurant brings friends and family together through a love of good food. Offering a variety of small plates that are perfect for sharing, the menu is suited to those looking for a wonderfully informal dining experience in relaxed surroundings. Expect a variety of classics with a modern twist, from a succulent roasted rack of lamb to a flavoursome Jerusalem artichoke and caraway gnocchi. This pop-up restaurant is open until Sunday the 21st of April 2019, and find us at The Grove, Chandler's Cross, Hertfordshire, WD3 4TG.
Want to try something different? Bored with the same old recipes? Give Vegan Apron a try. Home-cooked vegan food is great for your health, helps the environment, and with Vegan Apron you can create a fresh meal within 20 minutes. We create your recipes with fresh, pre-made ingredients delivered to your door. Save money and time with less waste. It's easy to go vegan with Vegan Apron. For more details, visit our website veganapron.com to place your order.
Tired of not being able to find something to wear? Can't express yourself through your style? Love a good bargain? Why don't you check out Absolute Vintage? For over 25 years, we strive to do our best to get you a truly unique fashion. Absolute Vintage style is your style. Ready to dress you? Hit Absolute Vintage and reimagine your wardrobe. Visit our London shop, number 14 Hanbury Street, or online at www.absolutevintage.co.uk.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
It's just gone 40 minutes to 1 on your Monday afternoon. It's Kaylee and Joe with you on London's food radio station. It's Bite for Dessert Week.
Yes, and every week we send our food reporter Phoebe to a lovely restaurant, cafe or bakery related to our theme to get a real sense of the places available for the amazing food that we get to talk about each week. So Phoebe, where are you this week, please?
So today we are in West London, in Shepherd's Bush, in the huge shopping mall in Westfield. I'm so excited about today, as it's something that makes me properly think back to my childhood of baking, my mum, and eating mix along the way. So we're at a place where you're not stuck for choice at all. For this week's Dessert Week, we have decided to come to Naked Dough. The Naked Dough is the first cookie dough cafe in London. Naked Dough is all about bringing delicious cookie dough to the masses of people. It's situated on the first floor in the shopping centre, and there's a mouth-watering collection of flavours of dough. The flavours range from your classic milk chocolate or your white chocolate chips, which is what I've got here, and it tastes absolutely delicious. And then you've also got stuff that's a little bit more crazy. You've got Nutella and Kinder Bueno, or you've got marshmallows and sprinkles. So Naked Dough is kind of set up similar to an ice cream counter with big tubs of cookie dough, which they then scoop a portion of your favourite flavour and fill it up into a small pot. And then you've got a great choice of loads of different indulgent toppings, like different types of biscuits, sprinkles, different types of sweets. And you can also get different things like dough pops, and also you can get a whole pint of cookie dough. So you've got loads of choice of stuff.
Wow, it sounds really good. What are the prices like in that? What do you actually get? Just a bowl of cookie dough?
Yeah. So it's a big tub, almost like an ice cream tub, and you can get one scoop, which is $3.50. You can get 2 scoops, which is $4.50. You can also get it in a cone, which is $4.50. You can get 2 different scoops. You can get 3 different flavours, and and then you've got the dough pops for £2.
So does it taste a bit like ice cream?
It doesn't really taste like ice cream. It's very, very sweet and very sugary. It's like as if you've had a cookie, but it's kind of all melted and raw. And then you can buy the cookie dough mixes yourself, where you can just blend it with water and milk and butter.
Oh, what? So they actually supply the ingredients for you to make this stuff there?
Yeah. So you can buy one of their packets, and then you can just add in some of the ingredients yourself if you want to make it.
Oh, it sounds really good.
Thank you, Phoebe, so much. We'll be heading back to you in just under half an hour to find out even more about Naked Dough in Shepherd's Bush.
And we're going to be learning how to make a lovely, quick and easy dessert at home with the Bake Off's Dan Beasley. So keep sending in your dessert questions on Twitter and Instagram. And after this, from Christina Aguilera, playing on Bite.
He's a one-stop shop, makes the pennies drop. all the penny drops. He's a one-stop, got me hot, making my heart. He's a one-stop, getting fun, it's hot, baby, don't stop. He got gold lips like sugar cane. Good things come for boys who wait. He's a one-stop shop with a real big. He's a sweet talking sugar-coated candy man. 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 Candy man. Candy man. Candy man.
Hi, it's Reese from Breakfast, and this week we are going sweet as it's dessert week on Bite, and we're speaking about how sugary treats make you happy. We'll also be asking you to suggest your favourite sweet and sugar-related tracks to create our ultimate dessert playlist. So join me in your kitchen every weekday morning.
Bite Breakfast, every morning from 6:30. London's food radio station. This is Bite.
It's Kaylee and Joe with you live until 3 on Lunch on Bite, and we are live from our very own kitchen that we are streaming live on our website biteradio.london.
Have you still got waffle in your mouth?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. I very rarely make desserts. That waffle was very rare for me. I'm pretty much never making them, but I'm thinking I'm about to be convinced to try doing one.
Yes, well, Joe, our next guest is quite the expert at making desserts. Dan Beasley-Harling was a contestant on the Great British Bake Off last year.
Yeah, Dan made it all the way to week 6 of 10 in the Bake Off process and was firm favourite with judges Paul Hollywood and Prue Leaf. He received a record-breaking 3 Hollywood handshakes. Impressive.
Wow, I'm very, very excited to welcome the Bake Off star to the show. Hi, Dan. So firstly, how does the pressure of the tent compare to cooking at home? Is it even comparable?
It doesn't even compare. I think the tent is you're just drawn into a panic immediately. You know, if all the cameras looking at you, you're constantly being asked questions. You know, you practice things at the time at home, but you know, once you're in the tent, it all sort of goes out the window, and you're very much flying by the seat of your pants in there. So it's a scary experience for sure.
And I guess have you ever done cooking in which by the end of it you have to be judged by people? That must be a difficult element to it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is at home, even if you invite friends around, they'll always say, "Oh, that's absolutely lovely." So I think in the past I've always been my own harshest critic, and I've always been the one looking at my food, wondering what could be better. But when you've got professionals looking at it, telling you exactly what they think is wrong with it, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. And why did you want to do Bake Off in the first place?
Truthfully, I've been a stay-at-home parent for sort of 6 or 7 years, and I was hoping that it'd be a chance for me to get into an industry that I'm really passionate about, because I love cooking and baking. I love food. I love to eat. And I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get involved in that industry, and it's been fantastic. The opportunities that it's opened up have been marvellous, and the feedback that we've got from it has, for all of us who took part in the show, has been really positive. It's been a really, really lovely experience. So I certainly wouldn't change it for the world.
I guess it's a real sort of springboard bake-off. A lot of people see your stuff and like what you see, so a lot more opportunity comes off the back of it, right?
Well, the thing is, it doesn't magically give you opportunities. You know, you still have to do the hard work to get anything you want out of it. But you do find that if you sort of say to somebody, "Oh, I was on the Bake Off," they'll be willing to listen to what you have to say. So it does certainly help in that way. It shows people that you're serious and passionate about food and about baking. Yeah.
So before we ask you to talk us through a dessert, we've had some questions from our listeners. I wonder if you can answer some of these.
I'll do my best.
What's the best thing to grease a pan or cake tin with? The best thing?
I use I use a spray vegetable oil. I find that's the best thing, because if you put not enough grease on, then obviously it will stick. You put too much on, and the cake batter won't stick won't be able to climb up the side of the pan, and you'll end up with a very sort of flat cake. You can use butter and flour. That's traditional, but a spray oil is ideal, I think.
Yeah, and thanks for that. Another question that's come in from Minnie_Buller is, what can you replace with baking powder? If there is anything?
You can replace baking powder with baking soda. Baking soda is about a quarter of is about 4 times the strength of baking powder. But then you will also need to include an acid to activate it. So that would be like cream of tartar or maybe some white vinegar. But yeah, if you're out of baking powder, maybe just worth running to the shops.
There you go. So there's your answers to your questions, Billy, Minnie and Will. And I don't know if this last question might link into it. What's the quickest dessert that can be made? Does this link into the one you're going to talk us through today?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, you know, dessert is one of my favourite subjects. You know, there's not a dessert I've looked at that I wouldn't fall in love with. And there's all sorts of fancy things you can make, but they take a lot of time and effort, and you need a lot of knowledge and skill to make it. Otherwise, you're going to get quite disappointing results. And I think one of the nicest puddings is one you can sort of rustle up very, very quickly. And in this country, we, of course, have the humble crumble, which you can, you know, any fruit you can stick in a crumble. It doesn't make any difference. You can turn any fruit into a crumble. You put the crumble on the top, job done. But one that's even easier to make, which is one of my current favourites, and I'm making it. I especially love it in winter. A nice hot pudding in winter is a marvellous thing. Is the Americans have their own version of the crumble called a cobbler. And it's essentially sort of a cake batter, but without eggs. So it's just butter, sugar, flour, and milk. And you'll basically pour that over fruit. And that is so simple to make. I mean, it sits in the oven for up to an hour. But the actual dessert you can make in literally 5 minutes. I mean, it's absolutely no work at all. And you know, it's not super unhealthy for you either. It's not loaded with sugar, and you can get lots of seasonal fruits in there. So that's probably my go-to pudding right now, because it's so quick and it's so easy to make.
It sounds so good. I definitely want to try some. Do many places do it in the UK?
Sorry?
Do many places do it in the UK? Because you said obviously that it's
No,
US.
I think that the peach cobbler is the most famous one, and that's sort of like an apple crumble. You know, it's sort of the equivalent of the apple crumble. You might find it in American themed restaurants. But it's not. It's just not a thing that people really make in this country, and I think it's because we have the crumble is our own version, if you like. But yeah, the cobbler's fantastic, and it's so easy to make. It's just so ridiculously easy. Like, I made one the other day, and yeah, I had some tinned pears and tinned raspberries. Shoved them in the bottom of the pan. Job done. You know, but you can put anything in it, and the kids love it too, and it's not overly packed with sugar, so it's a firm favourite in our house.
There's almost only really 2 steps to that. It's like the least steps of a dessert I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's ridiculously easy. I mean, the thing is, my all-time favourite dessert would probably be like a tarte au citron or something, but that is incredibly complicated to make. You've got to know how to make pastry, you've got to know the technique to line the pan, make the curd. It's so complicated that I think sometimes the payoff isn't really worth it. But yeah, you know, a simple thing like a crumble or a cobbler, no one's ever turned their nose up at it. You know, delicious with a bit of custard, a bit of ice cream, a bit of evaporated milk was a favourite in my childhood. And it's ridiculously easy. I mean, you can't get it wrong. So, yeah.
And have many people heard of a cobbler? Because I know that not many people in this room have heard of a cobbler before.
Nope.
Do many people just go, is that just a crumble with different ingredients in it?
A lot of people genuinely don't know what it is. But it's the sort of thing, you know, when you serve to people, they're like, oh, this seems achievable. You know, this is something I could make at home. But a peach cobbler is particularly nice. And one of the flavours I love lately is the toasted hazelnuts. You can actually buy pre-toasted hazelnuts in supermarkets these days. If you make a peach cobbler and just put some toasted hazelnuts in the cobbler batter, that adds another extra dimension. That's really, really delicious.
And one of the main issues that everyone finds with dessert is obviously the fact that a lot of people say they're unhealthy, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend this if someone is on a diet and they want a dessert?
I mean, listen, if you're on a diet, then just don't eat pudding. Do you know what I mean? I mean, seriously. I mean, you know, if you're really trying to lose weight, then I'd be like, just try and avoid the sugar. Just eat the fruit, you know.
Just spoon handfuls of fruit.
The thing is with desserts is they get a really, really bad rep. You know, you make a cake or whatever, and it's got, you know, a kilo of sugar in and 3 packets of butter, but you're not supposed to eat the whole thing yourself. You know, you're supposed to have a little slice. And, you know, that's not massively unhealthy for you. If you don't have the self-control to not eat half the thing yourself, then, you know, maybe don't make it in the first place. But, yeah, things that have a lot of fruit in them are probably, if you are looking for a healthier option, things with a lot of fruit in them is a really good place to start. So something like a crumble or a cobbler would be a really good choice for someone who doesn't want to overdose on sugar.
Now, later on, Dan, we're going to be decorating cakes, and I imagine me and Kaylee are doing this for the very first time. Have you got any tips for us on our cake decoration later on?
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I do have one tip, actually. It's really easy to obsess over getting every little step perfect. And one thing I'll say is if you've got an overall vision for what the cake will look like at the end, just keep working towards it and don't panic if everything isn't looking perfect, because when other people look at it, they're going to see the whole picture. They're not going to see all the tiny little details. So have a vision for what it's going to look like and just be confident in what you're doing and don't panic if it's not all perfect.
That is very calming advice. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel ready now to do some decorating. Thank you so much for coming on today, Dan. If you want to find out more about Dan and his beautiful desserts, then head over to his website, danbeasleyharling.com.
Very soon we'll be finding out all about Free Cakes for Kids, a beautiful and important project in Camden, as well as play you some great music from Katrina and the Waves and Sam Smith. It's all coming up on Bite.
Listen in your kitchen. Bite.
Wow, Tom, what is that?
It's the cheese and onion sub from Subway Savers menu.
What's in it?
Well, Pam, it's Monterey Jack cheese mixed with red onions, green peppers and a little mayonnaise. I added lettuce, cucumber and tomato to enhance my sub, and it's on my favourite bread, the hearty Italian.
Beats my homemade cheese sandwich. Can I have a bite?
Get your own sub.
Subway's Sub Saver menu starts from $2.59 and subject to availability.
Are there times when you feel like you live in a dull, grey box? Well, break out of the crypt and come visit Casbah Records to brighten your life with new music. Find something to reflect your tastes. Don't know what your taste is? No problem. We do all styles, from rock to funk to film soundtracks. Visit our Greenwich store from 10:30 to 6 p.m. or visit casbahrecords.co.uk for more.
Join us down at Southbank Centre's outdoor space and enjoy the tastiest food that is produced in the capital. Southbank Centre Food Market caters generously for food lovers and explorers alike. The market is open until Sunday the 31st of March, and we can be found at the outdoor space at Southbank Centre, Belvedere Road. Come down on Friday between 12 noon and 8 p.m, Saturday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m, and Sunday between 12 noon and 6 p.m. For more information, visit our website at southbankcentre.co.uk.
I'm here to save the day at Double Comics.
Oh my god, it's Batman! We're okay.
Are you sure? I got the call.
What call?
Oh, never mind. Sorry about the door. Can you point me in the direction of the Batman comic?
Over by the corner.
Orbital is proud to feature the biggest and best selection of vintage comics in London. We are located at number 8 Great Newport Street in Covent Garden. We are open 7 days a week.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
It's Kaylee and Joe on Bite for Dessert Week. Thank you so much to dessert chefs Terry and Dan for joining us in the last hour. Also, thank you to all of you guys that got involved on Twitter with all of your baking dilemmas.
And remember, for the next 2 hours, you can watch everything we're doing from our kitchen on the website, biteradio.london. Sam Smith to play very, very shortly on Bite. That's after your news headlines at 1 o'clock with Minnie Buller.
Bite News.
Good afternoon. The European Commission says a no-deal Brexit is looking more likely as pressure on Theresa May grows. Brussels says it is now prepared for such an outcome, warning it could cause disruption. Sky's Europe correspondent Mark Stone says it could take slightly longer to get into the EU countries.
Your passport will be checked more rigorously. It will be stamped, physically stamped, by the country in the EU that you're entering. You'll be asked, for example, why you're coming to the EU, how long you are intending to stay for, and whether you have the financial means to be able to support yourself.
Later, MPs will decide whether Parliament should take control of the Brexit process in a non-legally blinding vote. It is thought that 1.5 million people in England are at a high risk of losing their jobs to automation, according to the Office of National Statistics. Kate Chillott reports.
Those most likely to lose their jobs to the new technology, which requires little human assistance, are women at a 70% risk. Part-timers and the young are the next most at risk. The Office of National Statistics analysed the jobs of 20 million people and found 7.4% were at high risk of being replaced.
Big Sean has spoken about his struggle with anxiety and depression, which forced him to cancel a tour in 2018. Ria reports.
Sean revealed that he went through a difficult period last year around his 30th birthday. He says that around that time he realised he was facing issues which needed special attention and had therapy for his problems. He posted 3 videos on his social media in which he spoke openly about his experiences.
ISIS bride Lisa Smith begs to be rescued from Syrian refugee camp with her toddler daughter after fleeing Baghouz. The former Irish soldier lost her husband and is now living in a refugee camp with her 2-year-old daughter. Irish authorities have reportedly been drawing up a plan to rescue the former soldier. A £240 million new fleet of trains has been introduced to replace some of the oldest on the network. Great Northern is swapping rolling stock first introduced in 1976 with new Simons models. But they're having some teething trouble because drivers can't see all trackside signals from the cab, meaning 2 members of staff have to travel up front.
Weather.
It will be dry this afternoon with sunny spells with some cloud. I'm Minnie Buller, that's the latest.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
Good afternoon, it's just gone 1 o'clock and welcome to Bite. My name is Joe Pilbrow.
And I'm Kaylee. Thank you so much for joining us for Dessert Week. We are live from Bite's Kitchen, so excited. Head over to our website, biteradio.london, to see our pretty faces alongside the delicious desserts and pleasant puddings.
Pretty faces in brackets there. Later on in the show we'll be staging a live cake decorating session that you'll be able to watch on the website, as well as getting some sage advice from the Chief Pudding Fairy.
Excited, and we'll also be learning all about the healthiest desserts as well as finding out about free cakes for kids. It's all on the way after Sam Smith and Normani. This is Dancing with a Stranger on Bite.
I don't wanna be alone tonight. It's pretty clear that I'm not over you. I'm still thinking about the things you do. So I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Can you fight the fight? I need somebody who can take control. I know exactly what I need to do, 'cause I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Oh baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Oh baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Dancing with a stranger.
I wasn't even going out tonight, but boy, I need to get you off of my mind. I know exactly what I have to do. I don't wanna be alone tonight, alone tonight, alone tonight. Look what you made me do. I was somebody new. Oh baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do. I was somebody new. Oh baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. Dancing with a stranger. Dancing with a stranger. Dancing, yeah.
dancing with a stranger. Look what you made me do. I'm with somebody new. Ooh, baby, baby, I'm dancing with a stranger. I'm dancing, I'm dancing. Dancing with a stranger. I'm dancing, dancing with a stranger. I'm dancing, dancing with a stranger.
Where cooking comes to you. This is Bite.
Sam Smith and Normani on Bite, and we're talking all things desserts this week.
And something really lovely for you now, because we get to tell you all about Free Cakes for Kids, which is a group of volunteers from around the country that bake cakes for families that struggle to provide a birthday cake for their own child.
Yes, founded in December 2008 by Henrietta Lundgren in Oxford, Free Cakes for Kids has grown nearly 60 groups and many more volunteers across the country. As a shared idea, it is now open up to anyone who cares for cakes and their community.
And it is a pleasure to welcome the founder of Free Cakes for Kids in Camden, Dina Dacey, to the Bite kitchen. Welcome to our lovely kitchen.
Thank you for having me.
So how long has this been going in Camden for? Because there's little groups of people all around the country, right?
Yeah. So in Camden for 5 years.
For 5 years.
Yes.
And how has that been as a process from the start to now?
It's been an amazing process. Initially, I just wanted to join the group as a baker, but when I called the main office, they said they didn't have anyone in Northwest London. Did I want to start a group? And so I thought, yes, I do want to start a group. It was the right thing for me to do at that time. And so I did, and I started off with all of my friends, and then we just grew and grew.
Wow, how big is the group now?
We are up to 45 volunteers.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, you must be proud.
I am.
Oh. Was it an easy thing to just start up like that? Because they said, oh well, if there's not one in Camden, you need to make one.
Yeah.
But was that an easy process or not?
Well, they made it very easy for me to start, and somehow we were already on Twitter. I don't know how. I got people contacting me. I got an email address. I formed a website. And also, honestly, through my friends. And I just put up signs through my kids' school. And we just grew and grew. But some of the people who come to me, I have really no idea. And they'll be like, I'm not sure how either. And this was sort of how I got involved. I was looking for something to do. I wanted to involve my kids in some sort of a volunteer, giving back to the community if we could. And my kids were little, so if you're under 16, they can't volunteer anywhere. Yeah. But I was speaking to someone who said, oh, my wife bakes somewhere out in the countryside for some group. And I thought, oh, that's perfect, birthday cakes. And so I started with my kids, and we just grew and grew.
And what does it mean to the people that I'm guessing that you see the cake be delivered to the person that has it? Or do you have any sort of interaction with the person? Because it must mean a lot to whoever gets the cake at the end of the process.
Yeah, I mean, I've had interactions with all sorts of people. I do mostly outreach for Camden. So I do bake, but I try to have my bakers do the baking. I'm kind of my backup girl if I don't have, no one can do it. I connect with all the social service agencies in Camden. So people who are working with families that might be in refugee situations, homeless situations, transitioning back from being homeless, homeless teenagers, kids who are sick, parents who are sick. And there's so much support in Camden for people, which I'm always amazed at how many great people there are working to help people. And what was the question?
What was your? I don't know if you can pick a favourite, but is there any story that stands out to you as someone who is massively, massively appreciative of that?
Gosh, I can't even tell you. Sometimes I'll go straight to someone's house to deliver a cake, and they will be ready to have their party right then and there, and I get to bake the cake, and there's like 8 or 10 kids, and like dads like filming and crying. I mean, it's incredible, the power of a birthday cake.
Yeah, it's surprising because it seems to a lot of people like quite a small, simple part of the birthday process, but to a lot of people it means an immense amount.
Yes, it does, and I think it's your one day to be special, and you think that it's simple, but then it's so powerful. It means so much, and I think everyone can think back to their own childhoods of a cake. that they
Yeah.
were given and how it made them feel. So.
And how does the process work? So from when an order's put in, how long does it usually take for you to make the cake and give it to them?
Well, if I'm working with key workers or family workers, I always ask them to give me some lead time if they can. Like 2 weeks would be awesome. But I have also had people who would say, like at Center Point, they'll say a child just moved in, a homeless teenager, and it's actually their birthday tomorrow.
Wow.
And we have whipped it together. I have the most amazing bakers.
That's impressive.
Without
Yeah, that's
them,
impressive.
we're nothing. So.
And how do people put in orders? Is it through social
A lot
worker?
through email. They'll get in touch with me through email. Yeah, phone calls.
That is so lovely. I can't believe that you turn it around that fast.
Well, we have, yeah. It's not my preference, but yes.
And so that's how you get an order in. How would you volunteer? Do you have to go on a website or approach you individually?
It's the same way. No, you could get in touch with me via email or through the website, through my website or through the national website, and you would find me there.
Very nice.
Yes.
So how about if people they're not an expert at baking, but they definitely want to get involved? Can they still get involved?
Absolutely. I mean, they can, I think anyone can bake. I truly do. And we are all amateurs, or mostly at least all amateurs. And it's really about, I hope I give my bakers the opportunity to feel creative. And if you can bake with love and you know that you're baking for a child who wouldn't normally get a cake, and I try to find out something about the child, if they're into Power Rangers or if red's their favorite color, we'll try to definitely tailor make it for the kid. And it's where the cakes just come through you because you know who you're baking for.
Yeah.
And that's more important than whether or not you feel insecure about your baking.
You have sort of the insight in goal as to what that's going to mean to someone. There. It's really
Absolutely.
nice. I mean, later on we're going to be actually decorating some cakes for you. Any tips on how we should go about decorating them? Because we've never decorated cakes before.
Okay. I think fun. These are for kids.
Yeah.
And the funner the better. It does not have to be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
What sort of ages do you mostly get? Is this like?
Well, I'm thinking that are you going to give me this cake today?
Yeah, we're going to give you some
Okay,
cakes.
so I'm going to probably bring it to Center Point, and so these are all teenagers.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry, it doesn't have to be Mickey Mouse
Yeah.
or just something pretty or charming or lovely or just made with love. I don't know.
I was going to get you to try and style a Power Ranger on the top of the cake.
No, I don't
Is that
think.
too technical?
No, I feel a little bit better now, a bit more safer that I haven't got to create a cartoon. So could you just remind us how people can get involved with the charity?
Well, get in touch with me at freecakesforkidscamden@gmail.com. We also have a website, freecakesforkidscamden.org.uk.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for coming on today,
Thanks for
Dina. That's
having
so
me.
sweet. If you want to learn more about this wonderful charity, head over to all of our socials or our website, biteradio.london.
Yes, and for now we're going to get into this track. It's Katrina and the Waves, Walking on the Sunshine. It's Bite. Kaylee and Joe with you until 3 p.m.
Now every time I go
Listen in your kitchen. Bite.
That was Katrina and the Waves walking on sunshine on Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe with Lunch Live till 3 this afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Thanks so much to Diana for coming in and letting us know about the amazing work she does for free cakes for kids across the country. It's honestly a really beautiful little thing that they've got going on, bringing joy and cakes to the little kids on their birthdays.
It's really sweet. I really want to nail the decoration as well.
Yeah, I feel like we really need to. I want to get it to that point. Do you know when you make something and it's too good to eat?
Yeah.
That is how
Do we
good I
want it to be like that
it.
though? Too good to eat? We want them to eat it.
Yeah, because I want them to look and be like, wow, this
We don't want to ruin it.
This is brilliant.
Okay, have we got
And
any
I'm gonna eat
ideas
it.
for our decoration so far? Are we just going to put lots of sweets on it?
Yeah, I think loads of sweets will be really nice.
Mhm.
Maybe we've got the silver balls here.
Yeah, we got loads of them, so we
Yes.
can stick them on. And,
And
we got
these-
lots of food colouring as well to
Yes.
make it look pretty.
Yeah, so these always make things very, very pretty. So I definitely feel like this will be perfect.
We're going to nail it.
So make sure you keep your tweets coming in to us. Let us know that you're with us at Bite Radio LDN on all the socials. Also, if you head to our Facebook page at 3 PM this afternoon, you'll be able to watch a brand new episode of Cooking Snacks with Satara.
Each week she talks us through making something related to the show's theme, so today it's all about lovely desserts with Satara. Sounds delicious, so head over to our Facebook and YouTube page, Bite Radio London from 3 PM, and music from Adele and the Rolling Stones all coming up.
This is Bite.
Want to try something different? Bored with the same old recipes? Give Vegan Apron a try. Home-cooked vegan food is great for your health, helps the environment, and with Vegan Apron you can create a fresh meal within 20 minutes. We create your recipes with fresh and pre-measured ingredients delivered to your door. Save money and time with less waste. It's easy to go vegan with Vegan Apron. For more details, visit our website veganapron.com to place your order.
It's finally here! Bring the kids, your in-laws, hello, your neighbour and even their dog to join in the fun this Easter with M&S. With great offers like 2 for £2.50 on hot cross buns, Moonbeam the unicorn eggs for kids, and delicious garlic and rosemary stuffed lamb. It doesn't get any better than this. The perfect Easter, only at your M&S.
I'm here to save the day at Orbital Comics.
Oh my god, it's Batman! We're okay.
Are you sure? I got the call.
What call?
Oh, never mind. Sorry about the door. Can you point me in the direction of the Batman comic?
Over by the corner.
Orbital is proud to feature the biggest and best selection of vintage comics in London. We are located at number 8 Great Newport Street in Covent Garden. We are open 7 days a week.
Oh no, my tyre just burst. What am I going to do now? Think, come on, think. Who can you call? Mum? No. Dad? Maybe. No. You can do this yourself. Just think. I know. I'll ask Vaz. Hey Vaz, can you recommend a tyre company?
Yes, how about Tire Serve, your friendly 24-hour mobile tire service? Do you want me to call them now?
Yes.
Calling Tire Serve now. The number is 01708208860. Have a problem with your tire? Call Tire Serve now on 01708208860.
Want somewhere to relax and unwind when enjoying a dark rye bread cinnamon bun? Well, come down to Nordic Bakery, located at Golden Square near Piccadilly Circus. The Nordic Bakery is a great place for a peaceful meeting and to enjoy simple and savoury Nordic bakery products. All their products are based on genuine Nordic recipes and ingredients. Nordic Bakery is open Monday to Friday 7:30 AM to 7 PM and 9 AM to 8 PM on the weekend. For more information about the Nordic Bakery, visit our website at nordicbakery.com.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
It's just gone 1:22. Good afternoon. It's Kaylee and Joe with you for Dessert Week on London's food-based station. It's Bite.
Now let's head back over to Phoebe, who's at the Naked Dough in Shoreditch. There's a picture of her not only on all of our social media but also on the stream on the website. Over to you, Phoebe.
Hello! Yeah, so those of you that have been following along to the show or you've just tuned in, I'm here at Westfield Shopping Centre at Naked Dough, the first cookie dough cafe in London. So I'm here with Hannah, who's one of the owners of Naked Dough, to talk a little bit more about the shop. So Hannah, how long have you guys been open for and what was your first store?
Hi Phoebe, so we have been open since June 2017 and we launched in Old Street Underground, which was a pop-up, which started as a 3-week thing and then it ended up being over 6 months.
Oh, amazing, that's great. So how long has this one been open for, in particular in Westfield?
Westfield we opened in November 2017, so and we also opened one in Lakeside, but that one unfortunately shut.
I see. So yeah, what inspired you to create ready-to-eat cookie dough?
So my co-founder Jen, she is a patisserie chef and is obsessed with sweet treats. And a friend of hers sent her a link to Dough, which is in New York. And it's a cookie dough cafe format similar to us, and it was doing really well. And Jen was like, bloody hell, we should do it here in London. So she then contacted me because I've got a kind of marketing background experience and she's more of the patisserie, kitchen side. So we kind of joined forces and started Naked Dough.
Amazing. And I really want to know, what are the ingredients you have in it that make it ready to eat? Because obviously normally with raw cookie dough people say it's dangerous because of a raw egg. So how is your cookie dough able to eat straight away?
Yeah, so our cookie dough uses a heat-treated flour, so normal flour when it's raw can make you sick, and it doesn't have any raw eggs in it. It doesn't have eggs in it at all.
What do you put in the dough then instead of eggs?
Nothing. Well, we use milk. We use dairy as a binder instead of eggs.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. And what is your most popular cookie dough? Because you have such a great, amazing flavours, but which one's the most popular?
I think by far it's the emoji poo, which is the choc chip flavour.
Really? The classic original one?
Yeah, I think people just automatically remember kind of choc chip cookie dough, choc chip cookies when they're younger and just love it.
Yeah, and what about your event packages? Could you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, sure. So we also do online pots, so you can buy it online, but we also do cookie dough shots, which come in little shot glasses, so they're small, easy to hand out at events. We recently did a bat mitzvah at Soho House, and that was incredible. And then we're also doing partnerships with like O2, the phone shop. So we're doing like a range of different events, and we kind of just make them bespoke to the people who we're working with.
Yeah. That's great. And also, with your vegan cookie doughs, have the ingredients like changed in the vegan ones, or?
Yes, absolutely. So the we make sure there's no dairy in the cookie dough. We use substitutes using alternative milk and butter.
So things like soya.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so soy milk and a dairy-free margarine.
Oh, amazing. And could you tell us a little bit more about the brands that you've partnered up with as well?
Yeah, sure. So we've partnered up with brands such as Topshop. We did a pop-up in there for 6 weeks about a year ago, and that was incredible. That was a really great partnership. We've also worked with the likes of Warner Brothers, where we helped them promote their Christmas movies. So we did bespoke Christmas dough with marshmallow fluff, and we dyed one of the doughs completely red and had little like mini penguins on it. Another one we did was for Bailey's, which was an alcoholic dough. So it was Bailey's. Yeah, so it had Bailey's throughout it, but then if you bought it, you got a little shot of Bailey's with it to pour over the top. And that went down really, really well. I'm trying to think. We've also done things with like Amazon and Skinny Dip London for their Hate Sucks campaign. Yeah, we've done loads.
That's incredible. Has that really boosted business?
Absolutely, yeah. So as well as getting social reach from different channels, it just means that people who might not have heard about us before get to taste our dough, get to hear about what we're about, and yeah, no, it's really great.
So have you got any plans for what kind of things you might do next? Maybe festivals or anything like that?
We would love to do festivals. Yeah, we've done a bit of research. We wanted to do some festivals this year, but I think it's going to be next year. The only kind of thing we've got lined up in November is Taste of London, which we did last year, and that was a success, so we wanted to come again.
Yeah, that's great. And what kind of makes you guys unique from other dessert places?
Well, apart from one other location, like other brand, we're the only place that does edible, ready-to-eat cookie dough. And something that nowhere else does is the ready-to-mix cookie dough. So you can buy pouches of the dry ingredients and make edible cookie dough at home, which nowhere else does.
That's great. That's amazing. So, where can people find you on social media if they want to learn more about what you guys do?
So we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website. And if you look for @_naked dough, you'll find us there.
That's great. Thank you so much, Hannah, for everything. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Phoebe. If you want to find out more information, then feel free to head over to nakeddough.co.uk. And there's also a lovely picture of all the food that Phoebe has been talking about on our Instagram and Facebook at Bite Radio LDN. Go and check that out. Now, up next, we're talking all things healthy desserts. So if you have any questions for our expert, then get them in. Tweet us at Bite Radio LDN.
Nearly said it. We'll be talking all things healthy desserts with Ella Round-Press, the CEO of Fit Bakes. But first, this is Adele. Send my love to your new lover on London's food radio station. It's Kaylee and Joe live until 3 this afternoon.
This was all you, none of it me. You put your hands on my body and told me. You told me you were ready for the big one, for the big jump. I'd be your last love, everlasting, you and me. That was what you told me. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. I was too strong, you were trembling, you couldn't handle the hot heat rising. Baby, I'm still rising. I was running, you were walking, you couldn't keep up, you were falling down. There's only one way down. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. If you're ready, if you're ready, if you're ready, I'm ready. If you're ready, if you're ready, we both know we ain't kids no more. No, we ain't kids no more. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love. If you're ready, if you're ready, if you're ready, I'm ready. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love. If you're ready, if you're ready, if you're ready, I'm ready. Gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
Adele on Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe with you for Dessert Week. Good afternoon.
Yes, and so far we have talked a lot about cakes and ice creams that look and taste amazing, but are they that healthy? We've talked about this a little bit, but Ella Round-Prast is the CEO of FitBakes, a company specialising in desserts that are made with entirely natural ingredients and a very low sugar but still taste incredible.
I'm really excited to talk about this actually. Ella joins us right now on the phone. Welcome to the show, Ella. So firstly, how did you come up with the idea of FitBakes?
Hi. So basically, I am a cakeaholic, so I love eating cakes. And I'm from Brazil. I'm a Portuguese, born and Brazilian raised. And in Brazil, we always find a way. We are born like a grow up knowing a way of making healthier alternatives of our favorite foods. So it's just a natural thing that everybody knows that around. I think it's due to the bikini season whole year round or something like that. So you always know this kind of stuff. You always have alternatives, you know, sweetness, natural stuff. So I knew how to make healthy cakes. And when I arrived in the UK, I just saw like, hold on, there is no healthy cake here. I'm going to make it. So that was it, yeah.
So what kind of stuff do FitBakes do? We've got 4 of them in front of us. Can you give a little insight for our listeners as to what FitBakes make?
So we make bite-sized cakes. So it's they're packed with 4 units inside, 4 bite-sized cakes. And yeah, the one that you're holding there, that's a lemon drizzle. So that's our bestseller. And the second bestseller is a hazelnut spread cake. So it's filled up with a little bit of equivalent of Nutella, but there is no sugar in it. And we also have the blueberry, peanut butter, Jaffa cakes, and so on. So it's all, it's just a healthy treat.
So how do you come up with the flavours? Do you have to really go for more natural fruits, etc., rather than just going straight for chocolate?
Well, there is chocolate there, but the chocolate isn't, basically chocolate has 3 main ingredients. It's the cocoa, fat, and sugar. We kept the cocoa. The cocoa is there. Cocoa is actually very good for you. It's antioxidant. It has a lot of good benefits. And we changed the fat for healthy fat. So there is rapeseed oil, which is, we reduce the fat, which is good for you, but it's not a set fat. And we take the sugar away. So you're able to make chocolate without the nasty. So, yeah.
I'm currently trying the hazelnut spread cakes, and do you know what? This is really, really nice, and I can't believe that it's healthy.
I've got the peanut butter cake.
It is. It is healthy. It's like Nutella, isn't it? Did I fool you?
Yeah.
It's the same. So I'm just going to remind everybody you can watch us eating cakes if you want to go to the website, biteradio.london. They're delicious, but only through the mouth and not the eyes. Sorry. So do these desserts end up being more expensive because they're healthier?
Yeah. I mean, they are even approved for diabetics. And they are the equivalent. The equivalent in terms of calories, for example, they are the equivalent of eating like an apple and a half. And in terms of and compared to normal high street cakes, compared to cakes that you buy like at coffee shops or that you buy in the supermarket, they have 90% less sugar, 80% less fat, 60% less calories, and 500% more protein. So it is actually healthy. It's actually good for you. We have athletes that eat that. We have diabetics that eat that. We have it's a pretty broad audience.
And do you think we're heading towards a lot more people being into healthy desserts now? Can you see the trend rising?
We can actually. We have some data from the Grocer, which is the biggest, most respected magazine in research institute in the UK. And they say that 72% of the UK consumers is already looking for healthier food. So a way to eat a little bit less sugar, a little bit less fat, a little bit more protein. And so 72% is a large audience. And you're talking about the largest audience of cakes in the world. The UK is the only country in the world where you see a whole aisle in a supermarket dedicated to cake. So it's big. We couldn't believe nobody was making it yet.
Yeah, that is an absolutely massive market. Are there any other healthy desserts out there at all then? Because it's such a big market, or are you
not really? I think we couldn't find anyone. We think the reason is because there is the cake industry, the cake manufacturers in the UK or in the world, they are very old school. So when you tell them, oh, you have to bake without sugar, they're like, I'm sorry, what? How does that work? I don't understand, you know. When you start like introducing ingredients like chicory root or arrowroot, they're like, what's that? I never heard of it. Because they are they're amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, the UK bakers are the best bakers in the world. I mean, this is a country for cakes. And but it's just that they don't know the different ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, which is why we think nobody's making it yet.
And how is it largely the sugar in cakes that makes them unhealthy? Jasmine on Twitter has asked, how much healthier are sugar-free cakes than regular ones? Is it the sugar that leads to the main unhealthiness to a cake?
Sugar and fat, basically. It's sugar and fat. So, yeah, so the sugar is a big component in the cakes, especially to keep the cakes for long. So sugar is the best preservative in the world. So if you take sugar out, everything goes off, sugar and salt. So this is why a lot of food in the supermarkets, they have a lot of sugar and a lot of salt, because it's just they last longer. When we took it out, we had a really big problem with shelf life. So, which is why a lot of manufacturers don't understand, how do you take sugar out? Well, it took us a long time, a lot of NPD development with food scientists and stuff. It wasn't easy and to take it out. So that is why, and also, you're always tempted to put preservatives in, because that's just the way out, the easy way out of it. But we didn't want that. We had the conviction that it is possible to make it healthy, and we did. So we finally made it, so yeah.
And it's great that you have made it, especially for people that want to be a little bit more healthier. Could you quickly just remind us of where we can get these cakes?
So you can buy them at Selfridges in London, also in Muscle Foods online store, and also in our online store. We are also soon, in the next couple of months, we are launching in the Co-op Midlands.
Wow, you're everywhere.
In the Midlands.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ella, for talking to us today. There you go. It doesn't mean you have to double your calorie intake just to have a nice cake. It's very good news for the both of us, Kaylee.
Yes, it definitely is. And talking about news, Bethany is going to be coming live into the kitchen to give us all the dessert radio food news very, very soon. It's Bite with Kaylee and Joe.
London's food radio station. This is Bite.
Are there times when you feel like you live in a dull, grey box? Well, break out of the crypt and come visit Casbah Records to brighten your life with new music. Find something to reflect your tastes. Don't know what your taste is? No problem. We have all styles, from rock to funk to film soundtracks. Visit our Greenwich store from 10:30 to 6 p.m. or visit casbahrecords.co.uk for more.
Are you bored at shopping at the same shops? 69B Boutique. Don't agree with their morals of how they create and sell their clothes? 69B Boutique. Visit London's first store dedicated to bettering the fashion industry. When you shop at 69B, you can be certain that your purchase has been made in a socially and environmentally responsible way. We have a strict policy on transparency and accountability that all of our brands must adhere to. On your behalf, we ask your brands the questions that need to be asked, like, who makes your clothes? Where are your materials sourced? Their answer is always inspiring. So come down to 69B Boutique. We're open Monday to Friday, 10:30 till 6, 10 till 6 on Saturdays, and 11 till 6 on Sundays. Visit our website at www.69bboutique.com for more information. Wear the change. Wear 69B Boutique.
I'm sick and tired of using dating apps and getting nowhere.
Maybe I could be your wingman.
My wingman? How would you do that?
Easy. There's the Wingman app. It lets friends and family turn into matchmakers and allows singles to hand the reins over to those that know them best.
You really can be my goose.
The Wingman app is the easy way to let friends have a say on who their single friend should date. Singles can swipe right on profiles you like, or, if you're playing Wingman, make the introduction for your single friend instead. Download the free app in the Apple or Google Play Store now.
Wow, Tom, what is that?
It's a nacho chicken salsa sub from Subway Savers menu.
What's in it?
Well, Pam, there's chicken breast tossed with salsa, a sprinkling of Monterey Jack cheese, topped with crispy nachos. I added green peppers and jalapenos to enhance my sub, and it's on my favourite bread, the jalapeno cheese bread.
Beats my homemade cheese sandwich. Can I have a bite?
Get your own sub.
Subway's Sub Saver menu starts from $2.59 and subject to availability.
Join us down at Southbank Centre's outdoor space and enjoy the tastiest food that is produced in the capital. Southbank Centre Food Market caters generously for food lovers and explorers alike. The market is open until Sunday the 31st of March, and we can be found at the outdoor space at Southbank Centre, Belvedere Road. Come down on Friday between 12 noon and 8 p.m, Saturday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m, and Sunday between 12 noon and 6 p.m. For more information, visit our website at southbankcentre.co.uk.
Listen in your kitchen. Bite.
Just coming up to 1:45 across London, this is Bite with Kaylee and Joe, exploring everything desserts on your food radio station. And Bethany joins us in the kitchen, which means it's time for this.
Food news on Bite.
Every week, Bethany joins us to give us all the news happening in the world of food, and I'm hoping, as it's dessert week, Bethany, you've got some tasty dessert radio topics for us.
I have got a few bits. First of all, I'd just like to say I've got waffle all over me from
Oh
earlier.
yeah, that looks beautiful.
That's a nice addition to
I
me.
think everyone should wear an apron.
That is very true. Okay, so some fun things. A lot of places around London now are putting CBD oil into desserts like brownies, that kind of thing.
Ah,
Do you know what
okay.
CBD oil is?
Is that sort of...
No.
I don't really know what it is, no.
I think we was nodding just to go along with it, but I don't actually know what CBD oil is.
So it is from cannabis, and it's a chemical taken out, so you don't get high from it, but it has the same like relaxing aspects to it.
Okay, first, is this legal? Because no one wants to go to jail over cooking.
It is legal, it is allowed, although many people aren't too happy about it because we haven't had the time to investigate like the long-term side effects. So people, there are warnings out there, but a lot of people enjoy it because it relaxes them, makes them happy, makes them calm. So
it's the same sort of stuff they do to treat some like illnesses.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
right?
they do. Yeah, mental health illnesses, loads of different illnesses to help people with
And
that.
can you
yeah.
buy CBD oil in normal shops?
You can.
Can you actually?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can. You can get it now, but it is more difficult to get hold of it.
So it's a relaxing bake.
Yeah, relaxing bake, nice
Nice.
brownies for chill evening afterwards.
Does it matter if you get any on your top like you did, or
No, I mean,
does it stay in CBD oil?
Probably.
Rubbish.
What else you got for us, Bethany?
So, moving slightly on from desserts, fake bacon.
Oh my God.
So I'm not talking corn bacon, I'm talking bacon that's taken from stem cells and created in a lab.
Oh.
Okay, right, I'm so against this.
Kaylee will have a
I'm having a meltdown. I just feel like if it's not normal or natural, I don't think I'm here for it. I know that I eat fast food. I know that's processed, but I just feel like I'm used to that now. You can't be bringing new fake stuff to me.
Taste-wise, are you going to notice the difference between bacon and bacon?
Well, it's going to take them years to do it, to be able to get like the texture and the taste.
Right.
But yeah, you shouldn't be able to. In the future, they're trying to making it so you haven't
got to get
animals
rid
don't
of it.
get harmed. Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, that is nice. So they'll take it, the animal still stays alive, and
Yeah.
Okay,
They'll
that's
take
a
it.
bit happier.
She's fine with it now.
I'm fine now.
She's good with
Happy
it.
now.
This is because scientists in the University of Bath they've grown animal cells previously on blades of grass, just of grass.
So they've grown grass, and that's now led them onto bacon.
Yeah, I don't.
Impressive.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, now this is my favourite thing, and like I've been gearing up for this for a while, and loads of people have brought it up to me. So, Marmite peanut butter.
That sounds gross on first listen, doesn't it?
It's coming out today actually, which is also a convenient time.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, a bit of Marmite in peanut butter. It's actually their first product that Marmite have brought out since 1902. It's their second product.
Wow.
The only other one is Marmite.
They've really committed to the second product, haven't they?
Yeah.
It wasn't a combination I've ever heard of before. Do people actually mix it already?
Yeah, people do. Loads of celebrities like John Barrowman, Joey Essex, they all do it. So they've put Marmite and then peanut butter on top.
Oh wow. Do you know what? I must confess, I've never even tried Marmite because everyone says you either love it or hate it, and I'm not taking that risk.
I love it.
I think you'd probably hate it, Kaylee, if I'm honest with you.
I hate everything apart from chocolate.
Maybe the peanut butter edition would...
Yeah, you never know. I'm a bit scared
I
about
think
it.
on the next trial of food, maybe next week,
Yeah,
you need to bring some in.
I'll bring it in. So also, apparently, right, this is the bit that really like shook me, is that this has been like really highly requested. That's why they brought it out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to leave that. There's loads of people
Marmite have
been
had lots of
wanting
letters.
this. Yeah,
Wow.
they've been wanting this. Okay, I'm moving slightly back to the desserts.
Go on.
A new type of dessert, ice cream ramen.
Oh, what's that?
So what it is it's by the Dessert Kitchen, and what they do is they have algae jelly noodles in a soup of like ice cream.
It doesn't sound
Right,
great
no.
from the off.
No.
Does it taste nice?
I presume it would. Luckily, I haven't had to drive it yet.
Luckily.
It looks blue. It's like blue
Oh, wow.
spaghetti, but like jelly.
No, I've got to move on from that. It's making me, I'm not here for it.
The slogan for that is you either love it or you hate it, and Kaylee definitely hates
I
it.
definitely hate it already. Thank you so much, Bethany.
Okay.
Keep it by us very shortly. Joe and I will be getting some cooking advice from Chief Pudding Fairy. But first, let's get into this classic. The Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar plays on London's food radio station. It's Bite.
Feast your ears. This is Bite.
Just gone 10 to 2 on your Monday afternoon. That was the Rolling Stones, and this is Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe here for dessert week.
Yes, good afternoon, and we've got some exciting news for you. In just under 20 minutes, me and Joe are going to be doing some live cake decorating. I'm so nervous it could go really right or really wrong.
Yes, it's going to go probably wrong.
No, we have faith, we have faith.
Okay.
Talk it into existence. But we're going to be giving these cakes to an amazing charity, Cakes for Kids, that we was talking about earlier on.
They really are great, and it was great to speak to Dina Dacey earlier, but Kaylee, I feel like we're going to need slightly more advice. We've had some.
Yes.
I think we should get some more.
I definitely think so. We're not quite there.
Yeah.
And I think that we have the perfect guest for that.
Okay.
I'm very, very excited as we welcome Laurie Mole to the show from Pudding Fairy. Hi, Laurie. Thanks for joining us, first of all. I want to know, when did you start going by this amazing name? It's so brilliant.
Well, it was actually my kids who came up with it. So, yeah, when I started my business, I was looking for a name that was slightly different, and I didn't want it to be just cake, because I love cakes, I love chocolate, I love lots of different things to do with baking. And yeah, I think either my eldest or my second one came up with, oh, you should be the Pudding Fairy. And I like magical stuff, so I think that fits quite well.
So what did you first start to make as the Pudding Fairy? What was the first thing you sort of specialised in?
Okay, so yeah, my first creation, I think like a lot of cake makers, were for friends and family. So I started when my kids were little by making birthday cakes for them. And then I had some requests from friends, a couple of friends, one for a wedding cake and one for a big birthday cake, a tiered birthday cake. And that's how I started, and then thought, well, you know what, I really, really love that, so I want to do more of it.
And you really are the Pudding Fairy, because you actually conduct decorating classes. So when did you start doing this?
That came a little bit later, about a couple of years ago. After, you know, I started learning more and more tips and advice, and I thought, it's all really lovely, but one of it is sharing it and talking to other people about it, and really encouraging people to get creative and happy in the kitchen by baking and being, you know, really artful and having fun. So it's a great way to do it.
And you do sound very happy. I get very happy when I'm in the kitchen. Can you talk us a little bit about baking happy? What does it mean to you?
I think, you know, there's so much. Life's really busy, and whether, you know, whatever stage in your life you are, there's a lot of pressure around. And I also think sometimes with social media, everyone's like, you know, you've got to have that fantastic image and everything. And it can be a bit stressful. So for me, you know, baking is a place where, you know, you can really you know, express your creativity. You can have fun. You can have so much fun, especially if you involve chocolate. I mean, you know, I could talk for days about that. But also, I think the big thing about baking is that normally you bake for someone, whether it's for you or for a friend or for your kids or for your mom, for Mother's Day, or for, I don't know who, but it's to make someone happy. And if you can make someone happy, I think you make yourself happy.
Well, definitely. I mean, what would you say would be the most foolproof bake recipe that you have? Because I'm not happy in the kitchen, just purely because I don't know what I'm doing. With my inexperience, have you got a foolproof recipe even I could do?
Yeah, I think one of the best one, actually, I recommend to people. It's not one of mine. It's a great chef called Raymond Blanc, who you might have heard about. And he's got a fantastic recipe for a lemon cake, and it's, you know, the butter is melted, so there's no creaming or whisking or folding and all that. And you just put basically all the ingredients one after the other in a mixing bowl, and you add them together. And you also use creme fraiche with the butter, so it's slightly tangy. It's very lemony, very tangy, and it's completely foolproof. So I've said to people to look for that one.
You know what? It actually sounds like I might be able to do it. I'm surprised.
So you're going to give it a go?
Yeah, I am. So in a little bit, we're going to be decorating cakes on the show. Do you have any advice for me and Kaylee?
Right. So I've heard that you're decorating a cake for a teenager. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd say, for me, make it really bold, because you know, that's going to give a wow effect. That's going to be a showstopper. So I would go for the more is more approach, you know, and just pile up things and really have fun, be creative. Nearly think like you're doing a modern painting rather than a cake.
Oh,
yeah. And also really make it, you know, if you make it bold and colourful and bright, it becomes very Instagrammable. And let's face it, you know, a lot of people love to do that. So think about, you know, how wow it is.
What would you say about loading it up with loads of sweets? I think we've got a big bowl of sweets.
Yeah,
they're going to like that, right? That's a foolproof method.
Well, I'm sure, you know, if you were asking that, you know, to my kids who are teenagers, they'd be like, yeah, totally do it. I think from an effect point of view, it's brilliant. I don't really like sweets, so it's difficult for me. But
we've got a little bit of chocolate in there for you, don't worry.
Just think about piling it up really high and add some height and some volume, or use the sweet to create a message. You know, there's loads of ways you can use sweets. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Joe, I think that we're going to have to put the whole bowl on there.
Yes,
Thank you
we're pretty confident now.
Thank you so much, Laurie, for coming on today. Me and Joe just really needed to make sure that we've got that advice. I feel like now we can really decorate these cakes.
Yes, we're going to nail it, I'm sure of it.
Yes, definitely. And we'll be giving the cakes away for free Cakes for Kids, so we've got to get this right, okay?
Yes, and music from Mark Ronson and Amy Winehouse all very soon on Bite.
Feast your ears. This is Bite.
Are there times when you feel like you live in a dull, grey box? Well, break out of the crypt and come visit Casbah Records to brighten your life with new music. Find something to reflect your tastes. Don't know what your taste is? No problem. We do all styles, from rock to funk to film soundtracks. Visit our Greenwich store from 10:30 to 6 p.m. or visit casbahrecords.co.uk for more.
Join us down at Southbank Centre's outdoor space and enjoy the tastiest food that is produced in the capital. Southbank Centre Food Market caters generously for food lovers and explorers alike. The market is open until Sunday 31st of March, and we can be found at the outdoor space at Southbank Centre, Belvedere Road. Come down on Friday between 12 noon and 8 p.m, Saturday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m, and Sunday between 12 noon and 6 p.m. For more information, visit our website at southbankcentre.co.uk.
Want to try something different? Bored with the same old recipes? Give Vegan Apron a try. Home-cooked vegan food is great for your health, helps the environment, and with Vegan Apron you can create a fresh meal within 20 minutes. We create your recipes with fresh and pre-measured ingredients delivered to your door. Save money and time with less waste. It's easy to go vegan with Vegan Apron. For more details, visit our website veganapron.com to place your order.
I'm here to save the day at Orbital Comics.
Oh my god, it's Batman! We're okay.
Are you sure? I got the call.
What call?
Oh, never mind. Sorry about the door. Can you point me in the direction of the Batman comic?
Over by the corner.
Orbital is proud to feature the biggest and best selection of vintage comics in London. We are located at number 8 Great Newport Street in Covent Garden. We are open 7 days a week.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
It's Kaylee and Joe here with you for Dessert Week on Bite, and there's still loads more to come.
We're going to be staging a live cook-along in our kitchen very soon with John Holland from Baker on board, as well as decorating our own cakes on the show.
So excited for that. You can watch everything that's happening today on our website, biteradio.london, or on Facebook at Bite Radio LDN. It's just coming up to 2 o'clock now. Let's get the latest new headlines with Minnie Buller.
Bite News.
Good afternoon. The Mueller report didn't find any evidence Russia had colluded with Mr. Trump's campaign, but a conclusion is yet to be drawn on whether he'd obstructed justice. Donald Trump claims he has been completely exonerated by an inquiry into allegation Russia conspired to help him win the 2016 election. Mobile phones, SIM cards and drugs have been found stuffed into 3 dead rats at a prison in Dorset. Staff believe criminals on the outside used the rodents to try to smuggle the contraband into the Guys Marsh jail. It's thought to be the first recorded case of its kind, but Andrew Neil from the Howard League of Penal Reform says he's not surprised as animals have been used before.
Dead pigeons being stuffed with drugs and the carcasses thrown over the wall for prisoners to pick up from the ground. So this isn't actually a new tactic, it just may be a different animal.
There's a trial on the motorway in Kent to prepare traffic flow for the event of a no-deal Brexit. As part of Operation Brock, lanes on a section of the M20 are coned off just for HGVs to get in and out of the Port of Dover. Sky's Katerina Vetozza is by the motorway in Maidstone and says queuing time could rise dramatically.
Congestion in this area has been of a real concern, particularly for Kent Council, who have said that even if there is a 2-minute delay for vehicles going in and out of Dover, that could result in up to 20 miles of tailbacks on the M20 alone.
Majestic Wine is planning to close a number of shops and change its name to that of its online business Naked Wines. It says it's hoping to keep job losses to a minimum. Full proposals won't be released until June. Stiff competition from supermarkets is one of the factors to have hit its trading. UB40 saxophonist Brian Travers has been diagnosed with a brain tumour. Billy Hambidge is here to tell us more.
Following the diagnosis, it's been announced that he will miss the band's upcoming 4th anniversary tour, which starts on Friday in Portsmouth. Travers is due to have a surgery the day before. He says it's with great regret he can't join his bandmates and that he'll be there in spirit.
Weather.
It will be dry this afternoon with sunny spells with some cloud. I'm Minnie Buller, that's the latest.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. I want to come on over and stop making a fool out of me.
Snacks with Satara.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Snacks with Satara on Bite. So this week, a quick mock.
Did you have to go to jail? But your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? Hope you didn't catch a 10. Hope you found the right man who'll fix it for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine? You was dodging all the time. Are you used to be easy? Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the border and I think about all the things what I do. And in my head I paint a picture. 'Cause since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over and stop making a fool out of me? Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
Listen in your kitchen. Bite.
Mark Ronson and Amy Winehouse, Valerie and Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe with you. Good afternoon.
We are so excited for this final hour as we're going to be doing another live cook-along, but this time we're going to be decorating cakes.
I know, I actually can't wait for that. Make sure you stick around. We've also got some great tracks on the way, including music from Khalid, Queen and Sigrid. But first, let's get into this one. It's Fleetwood Mac, Everywhere and Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe with you live until 3. Make sure you stay tuned in.
Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. You know that I'm proud and I can't get the words out. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere. Something's happening to me. My friends say I'm acting peculiarly. Come on, baby, we better make a start. You better make it soon before you break my heart. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you Can you hear me calling out your name? You know that I'm falling and I don't know what to say. Come along, baby, we better make a start. You better make it soon before you break my heart. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere. I wanna be with you everywhere.
Just going up to 2:10 on Bite. It's Kaylee and Joe with you. Before we get stuck into our next section, you can watch everything that is about to happen at our website, biteradio.london.
And it's the moment that we've all been waiting for. It's time for this.
The Cook-Along on Bite.
I am so excited to welcome a man of many, many talents. Composer, conductor, baker, John Holland from Baker on Board. Hello.
Hey.
I'm really excited for this.
So tell us firstly a little bit about what Baker on Board is.
Baker on Board is my company. I started it about 3 years ago. I do bespoke wedding cakes, birthday cakes, any sort of celebration cakes, really. I don't really do bread, my husband does that. Yeah. But I work full time, I work for RADA, the drama school, and it's pretty much a part-time thing.
Wow, so how do you fit all of that in? When did you first come up with the idea of Baker on Board?
Well, blimey. I was doing cakes for people at work, and I was taking them to and from work in like a plastic carrying case so that people could see them, and I was really, really impressed with the number of people that would be on their commute and actually looking at my box. So actually, it's the idea of me going to somewhere on public transport so that people can see and just be on board. It has the other implication of being on board, i.e. being with something from the very start, like a big project.
Yeah.
And where did your love come from baking? How did it start?
Through my husband.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, he has always been baking since he was about that big, but I hadn't.
Yeah.
And so this is a fairly recent thing for me, last 4 or 5 years or so. But it's really escalated, and I'm really pleased.
Do you do a lot of the baking together then?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of it we do separately. But things like Comic Relief that happened recently, he did a big celebration cake for that, and I was kind of in the background, sort of, giving him guidance.
Yeah, just helping out from the back. So you brought in some cakes for us to decorate.
Yes.
Can you talk us through what we've got on the table at the moment?
Well, we have some essential equipment for decorating the cake.
Okay.
Really, really important is a cake turntable, which we have here in the middle. Otherwise, you'll be balancing it on your hand and and trying to do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So anyway, down here we have a cake that has been sufficiently prepared.
Lovely.
There we go.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
So what is this cake? what actually is it?
It's actually a surprise cake because it doesn't look like what it is on the outside. It has vanilla icing on the outside, and this is what we call crumb coating. Inside is a chocolate cake.
Oh, so it's a facade cake.
This is a facade cake, indeed. So what we call it crumb coating, essentially, once the cake is baked and you put it all together and you give it a sort of a scraping of icing around the outside just to trap all the crumbs in, and you put it in the fridge. That's what we call the crumb coating.
Okay.
And this is what's been happening to this so far.
So it's just a normal cake on the inside. That's just, and then it's
Nothing
the cover is the facade.
Indeed.
Very
And
nice.
this on the outside is what you're going to be decorating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you talk us a little bit through the baking so people at home can get to this stage?
Yes, certainly. So this, I'd say, is a chocolate cake, but for a fairly standard cake, you need flour, eggs, sugar, butter, and maybe a touch of milk, a bit of extract if you want to give it a bit of extra flavouring.
Yeah.
So you take your butter and your sugar, you cream it all together in, I give it a good 10 minutes or so it's really nice and fluffy. Add your eggs one at a time. Bakers, if they're doing this at home for the first time, may find that when they add the eggs, it looks almost as if it's curdled, like it's souring a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Just keep it going, keep it whipping, whipping, whipping. Once that's all amalgamated, then add the flour a little bit at a time. Fold it all in together, add a bit of extract, and if the batter is a bit stiff, you can add a bit of milk as well.
Okay.
And then this, for example, is a chocolate cake, so you'd actually take some of the flour out and put some cocoa powder in instead to make it a chocolate cake. So that's all the batter mixed in together, put it into your baking tins, and usual temperature is about gas 180 degrees or so, in for about 20 odd minutes, and then you end up with 2 or 3 or 4, however many sponges you put in, and let it cool. It's really essential to let it cool first before you try and ice it, because if you put the icing on, it'll just go everywhere.
I always do that. I'm really impatient, so I always just jump straight in and start icing it because I want to eat it straight away.
So as long as you're patient, as far as cakes go, this is a fairly easy one to make.
Pretty much, yes. This is a fairly standard, what we'd call it a Victoria, but this is a chocolate Victoria, really.
Okay.
And it's really important to make sure that it is cooked all the way through. That's another mistake that people make. If it says 20 to 25 minutes in the recipe and you take it out after that time, it might not be done because oven temperatures vary. And so you have to make sure, either by using one of these, a palette knife, in the middle of the cake. If it comes out and it's absolutely clean, almost as if you put it in and nothing's come out, then it's done. If it comes out, it's a little bit streaky, it's got a few crumbs on it, put it in for a few more minutes until it's full firm, and then you know it's done.
Wicked, right. I feel like we could all make this at home now. Now we've got to jump on to the decorating side of it. Right, first step, where do we start with this?
Okay, we have some icing that's already made for us down here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to colour some up. Because we're not just going to have a plain old cake, are we? We want it colourful. You've got some colours there.
Yes.
And you have to use this quite sparingly.
So can you just buy this buttercream? I'm just going to show it to the camera. Yeah, can you buy this in any shop or?
Yes, they are doing these more and more. You can do it the very traditional way, which is putting butter in a bowl, make sure it's nice and creamy, just whipping it for a bit, and then adding icing sugar, a bit of flavouring like vanilla extract or whatever. That's what's gone into this. And then just keep whipping it until it's nice and creamy.
So you can actually make the buttercream at home?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, you don't have to buy short wall buttercream. People have been making it for years at home. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is going to...
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
a big dollop in the
marvellous.
bowl if you're not watching on the camera.
Indeed.
This
Oh,
is
yes.
a fair spoonful.
Got a bit more down here as well. There's plenty of it. Good.
Wow. So this is just like an absolute lump of yellow buttercream. Although I do really like buttercream.
Smells really good.
This is the sort of thing that you lick the bowl after.
Is that allowed? Is that allowed in the cooking world, or
Not
are we?
really.
Oh, it's
No,
just too
I think it's only at home that you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, and if you're giving cakes to other people, I wouldn't recommend licking
Oh, yeah,
everything.
that's true.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we got here? We've got some
We've
red.
got 3 bottles of, is this just normal food colouring? Or?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. This is quite liquid. You can get some that are more firm, and you can add that to cake batter as well, so you can actually colour cakes.
Yeah. So can you taste this in the batter?
No.
In the icing, sorry.
No. Yeah. Once it's all mixed in, you shouldn't be able to taste anything artificial at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really like, I don't know what the right word is. You can really tell the colour.
It looks like
do you know
ink,
what I mean?
doesn't it?
It is almost like ink.
Yeah, it's like pen ink. So he's poured it on top, and he's starting to
just
colour the bits and pour at the bottom.
Oops. Just a few drops in each.
Yeah, so you only need a few drops of that.
Yeah. The more you add, the more intense it becomes.
Oh, okay, so you don't really want to put too much in.
So we're sort of leaving it pastel colours at this stage with the little drops that we've put in.
Yeah.
So you give it a little stir, and all that colour starts to mix in.
Yeah.
Looks delicious so far.
Yeah, so John's just mixing it all up, and it's a very like pastel.
Grey.
Yeah.
It's got a nice pink to it now.
Yeah. So I thought that because of the red, I thought it'd be really, really bright red, but it's not.
Depends how much you add, really.
So you
might
really,
need a touch
so we're just adding a little bit more in, just to make it a little bit more red.
Yeah, for the people we're giving this to, I think the bright, bold colours, the better.
Oh yeah, that's beginning to get there now.
Yeah.
And is this the same stuff that we're going to be putting on the cupcakes later, or is that a different
Oh
process?
yes, you can use this all the way across the cakes.
Very nice.
Right, so we're going to go to a song now. Can't wait to get some more tracks on you. Well, we get mixing because I feel like it's going to be a lot of work for us to mix all these bowls in.
Yes, we'll play Sigrid and Don't Feel Like Crying. This is Bite.
The Cook-Along on Bite.
I know I should be ordering takeout, sitting on my couch, that's what you do. I know I should be holding my feelings, staring at the ceiling, but here's the truth. Wallowing in it would be such a waste. That isn't gonna fix it anyway. No. Yeah, I dry my eyes 'cause I don't feel like crying. Ooh, yeah, at least tonight. No, I don't feel like crying. Hope you don't blame me for what I'm saying. My heart is aching. Do you feel it too? I hope you understand that I'm dealing. It's my way of healing, but here's the truth. Wallowing in it would be such a waste. That isn't gonna fix it anyway. No. Yeah, I dry my eyes 'cause I don't feel like crying. Ooh, yeah, at least tonight. No, I don't feel like crying. Hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. Yeah, it hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. It hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. At least tonight. No, I don't feel like crying. Wallowing in it would be such a waste. That isn't gonna fix it anyway. No. Yeah, I dry my eyes 'cause I don't feel like crying. Ooh, yeah, at least tonight. No, I don't feel like crying. It hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. Yeah, it hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. It hasn't hit me yet, and I know if I go home I'm gonna get upset. At least tonight. No, I don't feel like crying.
Such a great track, Sigrid, Don't Feel Like Crying on Bite, and before that we were learning how to ice cakes. We are still mixing our things in the background and shoving them into pipes.
Yes, we have our aprons on and we are so ready to ice this cake and do some decorating.
Yes, so head over and watch it live on our website, biteradio.london.
We're also on Facebook as well at Bite Radio LDN if you want to go and watch us do this. So exciting.
And loads more music on the way from Khaled, Niles Barkley and Queen, so keep it Bite.
This is Bite.
Your Easter deserves M&S. Whether you're after elegantly marbled Easter eggs, spiced sticky glazed fruit buns, or succulent tender meat, M&S has hatched its best ever Easter collection. A great range of high quality, innovative products at great value. There's only one place to come, M&S. Visit our website for more information.
Come down to Colette's Pop-Up Restaurant. With fresh ingredients and seasonality, the menu at Colette's Pop-Up Restaurant brings friends and family together through a love of good food. Offering a variety of small plates that are perfect for sharing, the menu is suited to those looking for a wonderfully informal dining experience in relaxed surroundings. Expect a variety of classics with a modern twist, from a succulent roasted rack of lamb to a flavoursome Jerusalem artichoke and caraway gnocchi. This pop-up restaurant is open until Sunday the 21st of April 2019. And find us at The Grove, Chandler's Cross, Hertfordshire, WD3 4TG.
Mummy, this apple is really yummy.
I know, darling. It's from Field to Fork. They sell the best fruit and veg around. They've even given me a free fruit bag, which I'll put in your lunchbox tomorrow. Field to Fork supplies affordable organic fruit and veg from small farmers to you. Buy from Field to Fork Organics Cooperative and get the freshest seasonal organic fruit and veg from the best small organic farmers we can find. Visit our website or call us on 020 8450 3030 and get a free fruit bag with your first order.
Oh no, my tyre just burst. What am I going to do now? Think, come on, think. Who can you call? Mum? No. Dad? Maybe. No. You can do this yourself. Just think. I know. I'll ask Vaz. Hey Vaz, can you recommend a tyre company?
Yes, how about Tire Serve, your friendly 24-hour mobile tire service? Do you want me to call them now?
Yes.
Calling Tire Serve now. The number is 01708208860. Have a problem with your tire? Call Tire Serve now on 01708208860.
Tired of not being able to find something to wear? Can't express yourself through your style? Love a good bargain? Why don't you check out Absolute Vintage? For over 25 years, we strive to do our best to get you a truly unique fashion. Absolute Vintage style is your style. Ready to dress you? Hit Absolute Vintage and reimagine your wardrobe. Visit our London shop, number 14 Hanbury Street, or online at www.absolutevintage.co.uk.
Where cooking comes to you. This is Bite. The Cook-Along on Bite.
It's Kaylee and Joe on Bite for Dessert Week. Good afternoon.
Yes, and we are back in the kitchen with John Holland from Baker on Board. Earlier on, we were learning how to ice the cake and how to make it in the first place. And now we need to get round to decorating. So what have we just been doing during the break?
Well, we've been preparing our buttercream for colours. So we've now got blue, pastel blue, pink, yellow, and some plain white as well. So we're ready to adorn the cake, and also we've got some cupcakes as well.
And the icing, by the way, is waiting in the pipes. That I've never used one of these before, and always watched them on cooking shows.
Yeah, you always see them.
I really want to use them, so I'm excited. And we've also got lots of colourful sprinkles and decorations as well to add.
Oh yes.
Okay. Where do we start?
Okay, so if you grab a couple of cupcakes over there, and these aren't closed off at the end, these piping bags, so don't do it too hard, or you'll end up with them coming out at both ends.
Okay.
So,
if you grab like a warning. Okay, did you want to go for this first?
Okay, go on then. So we're just twisting the top of it.
Yeah. So just to twist the top round, and you might find that you get a little pop of air come out every so often. That's what's called burping the bag.
Kaylee's got the yellow icing.
And so what you need to do, just make sure that's nice and tight at that end, and go straight down onto the cake.
Oh, okay, straight down.
Might be easier if you, sorry.
Give it a press.
Yeah, but actually pick up the cupcake and hold it with the other hand.
Okay, yeah.
So like you're doing that.
Okay, right, so I'm holding it in my hand.
Yep, so give it a squeeze.
She's holding the cupcake.
Right, lift it up, and just gradually.
She's squeezing.
It's coming. Now pull it up, and then stop. Pull it up and stop.
Okay, I've stopped.
Great. Okay, so you can continue doing that and making little peaks all the way around.
Oh, okay, right. So I'm going to make it's kind of just like plumps of icing right now.
Yeah,
it looks really cool
try
though.
That on there with,
oh, it looks really pretty, like flowers a little bit. Yeah. So I'm pushing down,
nice and tight,
and then putting up. This is really cool. Now, John, I was looking at your website, And you've got some really creative things on there, like you've made a Star Wars cake, a Postman Pat cake.
Oh yes, lots of things.
How do you practice that much to be that creative?
It takes hours to do some of these cakes. I can be in the kitchen baking for a good couple of hours and then find that it takes about 4 hours or so to actually decorate it.
Wow. Do you do it all in one go, or do you have to have a bit of a break?
I usually try and do it all in one go if I possibly can.
Wow, that's a very long time. I feel like we're doing some easy stuff. Joe's trying to do it with the red right now.
I'm trying to do it with the red.
What you're trying to do is squeeze from the middle of the bag. What you need to do is grab it. Remember what I said about twisting the
so
top?
we squeeze in from the top.
Kaylee's doing it right. There we go.
Okay.
Great.
So we've got the splodging.
You've got
We've nailed the
So
splodging.
what you need to try and do now, if I show you briefly on this one.
Right, yes, John's getting another cupcake.
I'm getting another cupcake. I've got 3 different types of nozzles here. Just give it a press and then just gently, just keep the pressure all the way around.
Yes.
So swirling around with the blue all over
so
the
we end
cake.
up with sort of a rose type.
You know what?
of
That
effect.
is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go in and I'm going to try this with the yellow.
Do you want to
Try a bit of a
colour?
swirl.
Oh, okay.
Because that looks like a pretty flower, doesn't it?
Yeah, right, I'm ready for this. And then we're going to move on to the big cake, but I need to master this swirl first. So I'm going in with the yellow.
Yeah.
I think I just had the air thing that you was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I just had that.
Oh, well done. That sounds great.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, this actually looks like a
Going in
rose.
as well.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't look like a rose.
No, you've got a different nozzle in. That's fine.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my. I cannot believe I have actually made a perfect rose.
Yes.
That looks really pretty, actually, Kaylee. Nicely done.
And you can adorn it with little pearls.
Oh
if you
yes,
like.
so we've got loads of little sprinkles in.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to trust John to sprinkle some gold circle balls on because I don't want to ruin it.
How would you rate my rose, Kaylee, compared to
Oh
yours?
no, Joe, I think I smashed
So what's
this
the
one
difference between the
compared to
nozzles? Because mine didn't look as pretty.
No, you've got a star nozzle and you've got a closed petal nozzle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How pretty does this look? Right, should we move on to the big cake?
Yes, let's do that.
I feel like
I've
this
done
is-
3 little ones now.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a little bit more challenging doing the big one.
Yes, good luck to us.
Now, with the big cake, we have got. I've just got some plain white buttercream here now. I'm just going to dollop it on.
Okay, right.
In fact, what we're going to do is what we're going to call a sort of watercolour ombre type of effect. So I'm just going to.
So John's literally turning the cake around and putting a splatter on each part of the side of the cake.
That's right.
So why are we putting more icing on it if there's already icing on there?
You'll see.
Is this so that this stuff sticks?
No, that'll stick anyway.
That'll stick anyway. Okay.
But what
I'm
you
trying
need,
to work out what's
what
going
you need
on.
with an ombre cake is a good base, and so we've got that going on. Well, now what I need you to do, Joe, is put a few splodges of your pinkish colouring.
Yeah.
Anywhere you like.
Any,
So
just splodges.
As I've done, just
Anywhere.
randomly splodge it around.
Okay, I'm
obviously-
splodging.
Yep. The
So
one
we're
there,
doing
round
quite
that
a
side.
quick version of this. How long will this usually take at home if someone's actually
Oh
taking
no, you
their
can do
time?
this quite quickly.
Oh really?
So if you do the same with the yellow on the
Okay.
sides.
Right, I need to twist the top of the nozzle
I'm going for
again.
symmetry. Is symmetry good? Symmetry's good, right?
Symmetry's not good.
So-
Symmetry's not good?
No,
Wow.
well, it kind of is. Depends what you're going for.
So what's this? We're basically spinning something around. It's like
it's a turntable.
A turntable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So where can you get these from if someone wants to become an expert in baking at home?
Oh, you can buy them online, and in fact, some of the big supermarkets do them now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier than walking around the whole surface, doesn't it? It's, they've obviously thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so just give it a
Right, so we're still splodging red, blue and yellow colours on the top of this big cake in the middle.
And what we're going to do in a moment is, technical term, smoosh them together.
Smoosh.
Smoosh them together.
What does that mean?
You'll see.
Oh, I'm excited because right now it's looking like a rainbow
a bit
cake.
more red around the sides.
Okay, I'm going for some more red.
We're just blotting it everywhere. I'm really excited to see what John has in store because you definitely have a plan. Yeah.
I
I'm
know
happy
what's
you're here.
going on.
It looks pretty
I'm very
pretty for how haphazardly we've done it so far.
Aha. See, all the best cakes start off looking really messy.
Yeah.
Oh, really? No one's ever told me that before.
Ah, there we go.
When did you learn how to do this?
Online.
Just
really.
as part of the process.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. So just Google
that should be it
everything.
now. Going for a few more yellow bits on the top.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't put one yellow bit on the
Oh.
I've been too busy talking. I'm absolutely loving this. Right now, it looks like someone has got a plain canvas and just splattered paint everywhere. That's what it looks like right now. But do you know what? It actually looks quite pretty.
It does. In a
You
way.
can watch this whole thing online. So if you're just tuning in, we're also doing it online on our website and on Facebook as well. So check it out what we're doing because it's crazy.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Now, what we've got here, why we've got the turntable is to make it easier to smooth together so we can actually get the different colours.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? They're all like a watercolour.
So all the blobs, as we turn the turntable, are being sort of smushed into one, and we've got a nice sort of pretty blend of all of the colours.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's like when you're in primary school and you just throw all the paints in and just
Oh, it's like a rainbow cake.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, that is nice.
So John's just pressing down and just making a very smooth.
Yep.
Is there a technical name for this?
There is. This is a palette knife.
Palette
It's
knife,
called
okay.
offset. Normal palette knife would be straight all the way along, but this has a little chink in it. So
And is this specifically for doing this and smushing?
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay.
You can, decorate your wall if you like, but
Might take a while.
This is for cakes.
Yeah. Oh wow!
I got an image now of Kaylee smushing icing all up the wall and imagining she can paint it.
Yep. To be fair, I'm looking at this cake and it looks so beautiful. It's so rainbowy and it looks so creamy as well.
Yeah.
It looks really creamy.
Okay, so once you've kneaded up the icing, what's the next step?
The next step is to just throw lots of sprinkles on it.
Oh, this sounds like the best bit, everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to really enjoy this. We've got a lovely selection of sprinkles in the studio. We have some gold pearls, we have some silver ones, we've got some multicoloured unicorns as well, and some sprinkles like if you're going to the ice cream van.
Now, you can create something that's very Insta-worthy by putting your little cake on in the middle of a tray and actually using your hand to sort of put sprinkles into your hand and sort of apply them gently to the side of the cake. You've got the tray underneath to catch everything.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, or what you're going to do rather, is just sprinkle it. What I'd like very carefully is just a nice row of these all the way around the outside.
Oh, that's precision, Kaylee. Have you got that?
Okay, I'm nervous, but I think that I'm going to smash this completely.
You will.
So
you must. You must.
You're going for the pinch and drop method there.
Yeah, I'm going for
pinch and drop is great.
I'm going for pinch and drop. Right.
Look at
So
that.
I'm picking up these lovely rainbow coloured balls and I'm trying to put it around the edge. Now you're very creative because obviously you're a composer as well.
Yep.
So does that help you have a creative flair when it comes to the cake?
What I tend to do is think about how I'm going to bake a cake, how I would approach it the same way as writing a piece of music, and so I need to make sure that I have the right structure. I can't sort of sit down at my desk and wait for something to happen. I need to know what I'm going to achieve, and so finding all the right ingredients, making sure I do everything in the right order is exactly the same way as I'd approach writing a piece of music.
It's kind of like you start with the base layers and then add more and more stuff, right?
Yeah.
Music and cakes. Just sum it up.
Music and cakes.
Can I shove some of these unicorns on it?
Oh, we must.
Multicoloured
Right
unicorns.
in the middle.
I'm going to put some unicorns on in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, right. Have we got any more quick last steps that we can do? We're running out of time, but we've got to make this cake look beautiful.
I think it's looking pretty beautiful as it
looks
is.
beautiful
I mean, what
right
you
now.
could do, one of you, is go round the bottom with some silver balls or whatever you want to.
Take some of these gold. I got some on my arm. Hang on a second.
Oh dear.
To be honest, me and Joe didn't have much faith in us decorating, but I think this is a beautiful cake. But John did do a lot of the work.
How do you apply them to the side? I'm struggling here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm
going to just sort of throw them at it.
I haven't yet.
No,
Just throw it at it. That's fine.
So,
what normally you do is you have a little spoon or sort of spoon it up the side. But that's okay. That's okay.
It's very pretty and colourful, isn't it?
So, John, where can people find out a little bit more about the cakes that you do?
I'm everywhere on social media. I'm Baker on Board UK. And so all my recipes are on there, and I'm on Instagram. All my brilliant cakes are on there.
No, they really are brilliant.
They really are brilliant. And am I right in saying that you bake for free cakes for kids? We had someone on earlier on who we spoke to them, and these cakes are going to them.
That's
and
right.
you bake for them as well, right?
Yes, and I've been involved with them for a few years now. Where I am in South London, I volunteer for Lambeth, and it's great fun knowing that I can be in the kitchen working on a cake and give it to someone that desperately needs it, that can't afford it.
And how important is that for you, the charity, working with it? How important is it to put your goods?
I don't do this for a living, and so I want to know that when I go into the kitchen and produce something, that the person is going to enjoy it at the other side. And so I don't do it for any financial gain. I do it because I know the person is going to receive it and enjoy it.
Oh, and do you think that we have perfected this cake now?
I think you've done as best as you possibly can. What I might do is just do a few
that is
things
like a perfect
at
way
the
of
bottom.
answering that.
Yeah.
So John is just doing a few last squirts around the bottom to really make it beautiful, and this is going to be going to charity. I'm so happy that we've made this cake and it actually looks nice.
I'm pretty proud of us. It looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it.
So next up we'll be exploring world desserts, so sit tight. Thank you so much, John.
Not a
this
problem.
is an amazing cake and you are really talented, so everyone go and check him out 100%. But first, let's get into the latest one from Khalid. It's Talk on Bite.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. And be our thoughts. Can't get what we know without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing. Yeah. Started off right, I can see it in your eyes. I can tell that you wanting more. What's been on your mind? There's no reason we should hide. Tell me something I ain't heard before. Oh, I've been dreaming about it, and it's you I'm on. So stop thinking about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. And be our thoughts. Can't get what we know without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing. Oh, nah. Penthouse view, left some flowers in the room. I'll make sure I leave the door unlocked. Now I'm on the way, swear I won't be late. I'll be there by 5 o'clock. Oh, you've been dreaming about it, and I'm what you want. So stop thinking about it. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. And be our thoughts. Can't get what we know without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're growing.
Wow, Tom, what is that?
It's the meat feast sub from Subway Savers menu.
What's in it?
Well, Pam, there's Italian-style meatballs in a rich marinara sauce with spicy pepperoni, ham and cheese. I added green peppers and onion to enhance my sub, and it's on my favourite bread, the Italian herbs and cheese.
Beats my homemade cheese sandwich. Can I have a bite?
Get your own sub.
Subway's Sub Saver menu starts from $2.59 and subject to availability.
Want somewhere to relax and unwind when enjoying a dark rye bread cinnamon bun? Well, come down to Nordic Bakery, located at Golden Square near Piccadilly Circus. The Nordic Bakery is a great place for a peaceful meeting and to enjoy simple and savoury Nordic bakery products. All their products are based on genuine Nordic recipes and ingredients. Nordic Bakery is open Monday to Friday 7:30 AM to 7 PM and 9 AM to 8 PM on the weekend. For more information about the Nordic Bakery, visit our website at nordicbakery.com.
Are you bored at shopping at the same shops?
69B Boutique.
Don't agree with their morals of how they create and sell their clothes?
69B Boutique.
Visit London's first store dedicated to bettering the fashion industry. When you shop at 69B, you can be certain that your purchase has been made in a socially and environmentally responsible way. We have a strict policy on transparency and accountability that all of our brands must adhere to. On your behalf, we ask your brands the questions that need to be asked, like who makes your clothes? Where are your materials sourced? Their answer is always inspiring. So come down to 69B Boutique. We're open Monday to Friday, 10:30 till 6, 10 till 6 on Saturdays, and 11 till 6 on Sundays. Visit our website at www.69bboutique.com for more information. Wear the change. Wear 69B Boutique.
I'm sick and tired of using dating apps and getting nowhere.
Maybe I could be your wingman.
My wingman? How would you do that?
Easy. There's the Wingman app. It lets friends and family turn into matchmakers and allows singles to hand the reins over to those that know them best.
You really can be my goose.
The Wingman app is the easy way to let friends have a say on who their single friend should date. Singles can swipe right on profiles you like, or, if you're playing Wingman, make the introduction for your single friend instead. Download the free app in the Apple or Google Play Store now.
I'm here to save the day at Double Comics.
Oh my god, it's Batman! We're okay.
Are you sure? I got the call.
What call?
Oh, never mind. Sorry about the door. Can you point me in the direction of the Batman comic?
Over by the corner.
Orbital is proud to feature the biggest and best selection of vintage comics in London. We are located at number 8 Great Newport Street in Covent Garden. We are open 7 days a week.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space. And when you're out there without care, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much.
Listen in your kitchen. This is Bite.
Love that. Niles Barkley, Crazy on Bite, and it's the moment of truth, Kaylee.
Yes. So we've been decorating these amazing cakes. We've got a big cake and loads of small little cupcakes as well. John actually helped us because otherwise me and Joe wouldn't have a clue.
So much. Thank you, John. Right, Dina is back.
Hi.
How do you like the decoration so far?
Beautiful. Congratulations, your first cake.
Kaylee is very, very proud of it.
I know, look, I have the biggest smile on my face ever. I feel, you know how you're talking about being happy baking and it just makes you really happy? I feel like I feel the happiness.
Yeah,
She's never been happier than baking.
It's nice to know it's going to a great place. They're going to be so appreciative.
Yeah, so what's the process now? You're going to take this away?
Yeah.
And does it go straight out to someone?
Yeah. I'm going to bring it right to Center Point, which is for homeless teens.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll bring it right to them.
I feel like we've done some good, Kaylee.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, guys, for helping us not only with the cake, but also with getting it to someone who really needs it.
Yes, can you remind us a little bit more about the charity and where people can go check it out if they want to volunteer?
Okay, so it's free cakes for kids, Camden, if you're in the Camden area. If not, you can go to the Free Cakes for Kids website and find your area and click on your area and you can see who to contact and who you can volunteer with. Nationwide program, and I'm Free Cakes for Kids Camden. Come and bake and make some kids happy.
Thank you so much. It's great. Well, I'm really happy that we're going to give this cake away. Thank you to everyone that helped us make the cake. This is Bite.
This is Bite. Dessert Week.
And as this week is Dessert Week on Bite, it's only right that we explore the world of world desserts. I'm happy to welcome Peter Joseph onto the show.
Yes, Peter is a restaurant owner and made famous London Indian restaurant Tamarisk Secure, and they maintain their Michelin star for over 10 years. And they're actually the first ever Indian restaurant to actually be awarded the Michelin star. Although Indian cuisines aren't really well known for their desserts, Peter is creating spectacular desserts in his newest restaurant.
Hi Peter, welcome to the show. So first, can you tell me about the new restaurant, please?
Hello.
Peter. I think we've lost him. We're going to try to get him back.
Yes, so have you ever actually tried Indian dessert before?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
No.
I wouldn't know what makes Indian dessert at all.
No, see, I've had Indian sweets before, but not actually Indian dessert, so I'm really, really excited to try that. And Peter is now on the line. Hi, Peter.
Hello, hi, Gail.
Hi there. Can you start about telling us about your new restaurant? Is it called Kahani?
Hi. Yes, it's Kahani. Kahani means story in Hindi. We opened last year, September. It's in Chelsea, off Sloane Street. It's a very nicely decorated, and the spirit of Kahani is light, modern Indian food made with British sourced, locally sourced ingredients.
And can you tell us about some of the desserts that are in there? Because me and Kaylee don't really know what kind of Indian desserts there would be.
Yeah. Actually, you know, worldwide desserts are very popular, hugely popular, and especially Indian restaurants. Normally, they make you know, traditional dessert and stick to that most of the time. It is very too sugary, as well as it's non-healthier. So what we did at Kahani is like healthier dessert, less sugar. And I have taken all the hardcore Indian and British desserts and used in my menu. Just one example I can give, which is cheesecake. It's very popular in UK. I have taken that cheesecake and made it in my own way, so that it melts in the middle with lots of flavors in it, like fruit flavors, like strawberry and mint, passion fruit and basil, things like that, mango and cardamom, things like that. So our dessert has a huge welcoming through our customers past 6 months, and we are doing really well on desserts. Yes.
So how do you make the desserts Indian infused? What's the difference?
Yes, if you make a cheesecake, it's normally a cheesecake. So we infuse with cardamom, is Indian flavored, and when we make the melt in the middle button, which is again the raspberry is reduced with cinnamon sticks, so it gives elevate the flavor, and so that it infused with Indian.
And do you think it's quite difficult to get people into the restaurant to buy desserts? Because quite a lot of the time when people buy Indian food, it's mainly the curries, the amazing starters. So do people usually come and buy desserts?
Of course, yes. Nowadays, you know, they're very popular, and people look for desserts with a great presentation, even in Indian restaurants. as well as in a modernized way. I have taken the chocolate mousse, which is invented in France, and again, this is made in my own way with chili and chocolate. So I have a very good chocolate bomb, chili chocolate mousse bomb in Kahani. It's a top seller, as well as, when we made it very lighter with less cream and with chilies, people enjoy it.
And is there a large overlap between like Indian puddings and desserts in the UK and it sounds like you're putting a lot of twists on the ones that are currently there?
Absolutely, sir. The thing is, where I born in back in India, southern part of India, we used to make puddings with a lot of milk. We use milk in our desserts all over India. So it's a reduced milk, or maybe we make burfis. Burfis are like called small fudges with milk and with cardamom and saffron flavored, pistachio flavored, and these all the desserts are popular in India, but it has lots of sugar in it. So when we make it, we can take the elements of it and do it in a nicer way and with a less sugar. So in my menu, I have like different kulfis. Kulfis are very popular Indian ice creams. So it's normally you found everywhere is pistachio and mango, but at Kahani you can taste different with rose and cardamom and salted caramel kulfis, which is really amazing and people love it.
Is the taste much different with less sugar?
Sorry, I couldn't understand now.
Is the taste much different with less sugar? Because you mentioned that you try and put less sugar than the dessert usually is in India.
It's not about taste, it's about the healthier part of it. What at Kahani we do is like the spirit of Kahani is healthier dishes. So, people when eat it, even though, if they don't have a sweet tooth, still they can enjoy the dessert at Kahani. That is our main aim. So it won't really changes the taste of it, but you feel less sugar. That's it.
Thank you so much, Peter. You can find out a little bit more about Tamarind at tamarindraestaurant.com.
All right, let's get into this one. It's Queen. Another One Bites the Dust on Bite.
Walks further down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. How do you think I'm gonna get along without you when you're gone? You took me for everything that I had and kicked me out of my own. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? How long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets razor to the sound of the beat. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Another one bites the dust. Hey! Ooh, shout. There are plenty of ways that you can hurt a man and
Listen in your kitchen. Bite.
What a legendary song to end the show. Queen and the One Bites the Dust, thank you so much for listening today as we start off the week of desserts and Bite. Thank you so much to our last guest, Peter Joseph, for talking to us about world dessert.
Yes, and thank you also to John Holland for teaching us how to decorate cakes as well. And thank you to everyone who got involved on the social media this afternoon. It's Kaylee and Joe on London's food radio station. It's Bite, live until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
This is Bite.
Are you bored at shopping at the same shops?
69B Boutique.
Don't agree with their morals of how they create and sell their clothes?
69B Boutique.
Visit London's first store dedicated to bettering the fashion industry. When you shop at 69B, you can be certain that your purchase has been made in a socially and environmentally responsible way. We have a strict policy on transparency and accountability that all of our brands must adhere to. On your behalf, we ask your brands the questions that need to be asked, like who makes your clothes? Where are your materials sourced? Their answer is always inspiring. So come down to 69B Boutique. We're open Monday to Friday, 10:30 till 6, 10 till 6 on Saturdays, and 11 till 6 on Sundays. Visit our website at www.69bboutique.com for more information. Wear the change. Wear
Mummy, this apple is really yummy. I know, darling. It's from Field to Fork. They sell the best fruit and veg around. They've even given me a free fruit bag, which I'll put in your lunchbox tomorrow. Field to Fork supplies affordable organic fruit and veg from small farmers to you. Buy from Field to Fork Organics Cooperative and get the freshest seasonal organic fruit and veg from the best small organic farmers we can find. Visit our website or call us on 020 8450 3030 and get a free fruit bag with your first order.
Your Easter deserves M&S. Whether you're after elegantly marbled Easter eggs, spiced sticky glazed fruit buns, or succulent tender meat, M&S has hatched its best ever Easter collection. A great range of high quality, innovative products at great value. There's only one place to come, M&S. Visit our website for more information.
London's food radio station. This is Bite.
Coming up to 3 PM on Bite, it's Kaylee and Joe with you, and we'll be back tomorrow. Next up on Bite is Harriet Cope here with the afternoon school snack until 6 PM, and she will still be exploring the world of dessert.
Yes, and you can check out our Facebook page as well with a special feature, Snacks from Sitara. She'll be making a mocha mousse, and if you're watching the stream, that'll be on straight after we're done here at 3.
Yeah, so make sure you check that out. Also follow Bite on all social media, Twitter and Instagram at Bite Radio LDN. If you missed any of the show or last week's show, then you can check that out at biteradio.london/podcast.
Yes, all of the best bits will be on there from today's show of us decorating the cakes. Thank you to everyone that came on. Right then, we'll see you tomorrow. It's now time for your headlines at 3 o'clock with Minnie Buller.
Bite News.
Good afternoon. 7 people have been injured after a rocket fired from the Gaza Strip hit a house. Jason Cundy has more.
The rocket came down at 3 a.m. in the community of Mishmaret, 12 miles north of Tel Aviv, hitting the home of a British-Israeli family. This is the furthest a Palestinian rocket has reached in Israel since the 2014 conflict.
A British Airways flight destined for Dusseldorf in Germany landed in Edinburgh by mistake after the flight paperwork was submitted incorrectly. The airline have apologised and the flight has since been redirected and landed in Dusseldorf. BA says it was operated by WDL Aviation as part of a lease deal and it's working with them to figure out what happened. The European Commission says a no-deal Brexit is looking more likely as pressure of Theresa May grows. Brussels says it is now prepared for the outcome, warning it could cause disruption. Ria Taylor has more on the effects this will have when entering EU countries.
This will mean that your passport will be checked more rigorously. It will also be physically stamped by the EU country you are entering, and you will be asked whether you have the financial means to support yourself, how long you're staying for, and why you're visiting the country.
Later, MPs will decide whether Parliament should take control of the Brexit process in a non-legally binding vote. Cardiff is set to tell the world's football governing body that their contract to sign a Milano Sala wasn't legally binding. The striker died in a plane crash 2 months ago, shortly after joining the Welsh club in a £15 million deal. Black Panther star Winston Duke says he was never a fan of horror movies because black people are always the first to be killed off. Director Jordan Peele has said that this idea is being turned on its head as an African-American family battles against a group of their doppelgangers in his latest film, Us. Duke says the film takes colour out of the equation.
Moments of extremis, you really get to see what doesn't serve you. The isms don't work for you. You know, the patriarchy doesn't work for you when you need to be an ally to like survive. You can't be racist in the zombie apocalypse.
And the price of first and second class stamps has gone up by 3p. This takes the cost of a first class stamp to 70p and second class stamp to 61p.
Weather.
It will be dry this afternoon with sunny spells with some cloud. I'm Minnie Buller, that's the latest.
Snacks with Satara.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Snacks with Satara.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Snacks with Satara on Bite. So this week is dessert week and I am going to show you how I make a quick mocha mousse. So here we have
Snacks with Satara.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Snacks with Satara on Bite. So this week is dessert week and I am going to show you how I make a quick mocha mousse. So here we have some mascarpone. We've got 225 grams of this, I believe, and it's nice and creamy. I love mascarpone, just like stirring it. We've got Nutella, which is my favourite, which is why it's in the hot bowl. Best ingredient. Some single cream, some instant coffee granules, corn flour, and to garnish on top, raspberries. The mousse itself is quite sweet, so I thought the raspberries have a nice sourness to them that they can cut through. And once it's mixed all together, it will go in the fridge for about an hour to set, and then your mousse will be ready. So first thing I'm going to do is pour some single cream into the bowl. This is 284 mils in here. We're going to put about half in. Measurements don't matter too much because with the corn flour it can thicken up to how we like it to by the end anyway. So just about half can go in. Then we're going to mix in the coffee granules. I haven't used too many coffee granules purely because I don't want the coffee to overpower the chocolate, but if you prefer coffee then you're more than welcome to add extra in. The coffee should disintegrate into the cream and become a nice sort of, almost like a Baileys but without the alcohol. So whisk it until it's becoming this nice brown colour. Don't worry if not all of your granules have disintegrated into the cream yet. As you add the rest of the ingredients they will. So next we're going to add the Nutella. I added 3 large heaped tablespoons into this bowl and I melted it slightly in the microwave beforehand just to make it a bit creamier. So we'll pour this in. Oh, look at that. All that chocolate. And we'll whisk that in as well. Should be getting slightly thicker now, which is what we want eventually anyway, as it's a mousse. We'll go into a richer flavour. Amazing. And then finally we're going to add the mascarpone. Gonna put it all in there. So nice and creamy. The mascarpone is nice to add in because it does calm down the richness of the coffee and the chocolate, so it becomes a lot less sickly whilst you're eating it. The last thing you want is a delicious dessert that you can't finish. So I'll just slide the rest in. And then we'll whisk that in also. Just to make it slightly thicker, we want to add a little bit of corn flour. Don't add a lot in one go because corn flour is very, very good at making things thick and it does it very fast. So just add a little bit, mix it, and if you feel like you need more, then you're more than welcome to add more. So mix that in. You want to make sure you whisk it properly. You don't want lumps of corn flour flying around. There we go. This is ready to go into a mould and set and sit in the fridge. So we'll pour it into a mould like this. I like to use cocktail glasses because they look really classy. Just pour it in very slowly. So this will now go in the fridge to set for an hour and then we can take it out, garnish it with some raspberries and dig in. So just so I don't have to make you wait the whole hour with me, I took the liberty of making one earlier. I've garnished it with some raspberries on top, but anything goes with chocolate. You can do strawberries, blueberries, chocolate chips, do chocolate on chocolate, it's always great. I haven't tried this yet, so I'm going to give it a taste. It's the first time I've made it, so let's hope I enjoy it. Really good. So that's it from me. It's been an amazing 4 weeks showing you the world, the vegan, the dessert and also the seafood dishes. I've had a really good time. If you'd like to see more from me, you can always watch on my blog on Instagram. It's Juhi Foodie. I'd love to see more following on there and have you guys see more of my dishes. And it was great. Thank you.